Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, guys. I'm your host, Teresa.
What's my name?
You're Denver.
Yo, yes. But we have a special co-host today.
I'm Alex.
We have my friend Alex, my longtime bestie from work at Cora's. I don't know if Cora's is in the States, but...
No, just in Canada.
Just in Canada? I should have known that. I worked there for 7 freaking years.
It's okay. I've been there for like a million. So.
So, yes, we met at Cora's a long time ago. I started when I was 14.
I think I was 17.
Oh, my God.
It's like over 10 years
Ages ago.
But, yeah.
So, we thought that this episode would only be fitting to do a restaurant theme. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see Jack.
We're back on the couch. So Jack finally had his normal spot for all of you guys longtime listeners who've been here for a while. And he decides as soon as we start talking, he wants to wander.
I love Jack.
Yeah.
Jack is such a chunky boy. If you guys can
Precious.
see.
The biggest boy.
So restaurant horror stories the theme for today since Alex works at a restaurant.
And personally, I have so many horror stories, but
I can't wait.
I can't wait to hear the Reddit stories.
Yes, I can't wait to hear your personal stories. I don't really have many, I feel. For background, I worked in like the kitchen mostly. So did you actually.
Yeah.
We worked in fruit.
Well, you started as a hostess.
I
You
did.
started, like front of house.
I guess I did.
But we did back of house. Honestly, it's just, if you know, you know. Like working in a
I
restaurant.
know.
It's,
I feel like everybody should.
trauma bonding.
It is. We did trauma bond.
Seriously.
No, facts. I feel like everybody should work in a restaurant at one point in their life just to
100%.
like...
It builds character.
No, it
honestly.
does. But also just to like understand what workers like have to go through and just like, I don't know, just be polite to restaurant workers,
Honestly.
please. Like,
I know we're gonna hear it. Like a story. I just already know. I can't wait to put my input.
All right. We're very happy to have you. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Bestie.
I would just like to say that I have worked at a restaurant too.
I know you have.
One of my many jobs, I worked at Moxie's.
Oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
you worked at
What?
And you worked at that wedding place.
Oh yeah. Eagle's Nests. Yeah. So I would have to say, no offense, Alex, but the restaurant jobs that have been my least favorite jobs out of everything that I've done. I've done like so many things.
That's true.
So I'm sorry.
I don't think I'll ever leave the hospitality industry. The restaurant, I don't know. It's just.
Well,
I
you're
say
a
that now, but
you're a manager. If I was a manager, maybe I'd be happier. But I was like bar back and food runner.
I'll tell you one thing. I was manager. I'm not a manager anymore.
Oh, no?
I
Like,
hate
this is
managing. No.
awkward.
I
This is awkward.
No, I like quit managing. I was like, fuck that. If you work as a restaurant manager, you know it's just like triple the work, half the money. Become a server, you'll never leave.
More money and
Honestly,
tips.
yeah.
Yeah,
More
and
money
it's like
tips.
half the stress, half the work. Not that I don't like working, but no, managing is just
Yeah.
not it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much more happier being a server now.
Love that for you.
Yeah, should we get into it?
Sounds
good.
Look at you. Let's
Come
get
on.
into it.
Let's get into it.
All right. You want to go first or me?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Are you sure? I kind of wanted to go first.
No, you asked the question. You're like, who wants to go first? If you wanted to go first, you should have been like, I'm going first today.
He got you
Rude.
there.
Rude. Okay, fine. Go.
I gotta give a trigger warning for the whole episode. I am 2 drinks in. This is gonna be a tipsy, turvy, loose lips episode coming
Turvy?
from Denver over here.
What is
Tipsy Denver is the best Denver, to be honest.
Sorry,
so.
loose lips. Teresa doesn't know what I'm saying.
a lot of listeners don't like Tipsy Denver.
I took a break
it.
for a while.
We've
I
had
took
comments.
a break. It was like last one was like episode 22 or 23 or something. So it's been like a little bit of a break. So we're back.
He's learned his lesson, though, guys.
It's gonna be a good night. I got Alex here, so I'm just letting loose. I'm having fun.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna start off on a good note. You know what's gonna be really good about this episode? I feel like almost all the stories that I found for restaurants are really funny.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
They're
Mine
mostly
aren't.
funny. Like some episodes we do, and it's like, oh, story's making me angry. Guys, get ready to laugh your asses off. This one I found a new subreddit for this episode. It's called Tales from Your Server.
I found it.
I found it.
Actually,
No, I found
pretty
it.
sure I joined it first.
No, it was unjoined when I came to it. It's still unjoined right now.
Awkward.
Okay. It's coming in from 6 years ago. So it's an all-timer. screamed at for saving someone's life. I am a full-time student getting my PhD at age 30, and I work full-time as a server. I've been working at this Greek bistro for the greatest people for almost 15 years now. I started busing at 16, and now I'm manager. So a few months ago, it's around 6, and one of our regulars, and I'm going to call him Andy, comes in. Andy works at a mattress store and always comes in for lunch. He's an awesome guy, and he is a big guy. He's close to 400 pounds. Anyway, Andy shows up after work with a woman maybe a good 10 or so years older than him. It's obvious they're on a date. So we make a fuss over him. The owner's wife gets out their best table, and we bring him a complimentary glass of champagne. He orders our platter of meat. She orders the vegetarian platter. They are eating, and then I hear a gasp. Andy's face has gone blue, and his hands are over his throat. So I go over and I give him the Heimlich while the owner calls 911. I'm giving him back blows when his date whacks me with her purse. Quote, "You're hurting him. I took first aid and that's not right." She's screaming in my face and Andy is still choking. The owner pulls her away from me, but she's still screaming. Andy's piece of steak goes flying out and he's finally able to breathe. The paramedics are there and she's telling them that I hurt him. The paramedics are trying to tell her that I saved his life. Anyway, they end up taking Andy to the hospital because he was wheezing a bit. She throws me a dirty look and follows him out. 2 days later, Andy comes in for lunch with his coworker and he thanks me over and over again for saving his life. Then he tells me that that was the first and last date with that woman. He brought his newest girlfriend in yesterday. She loved the restaurant and best of all, she's really nice.
Andy moves on quick, first of all.
No, for real. What the heck?
Was that 2 days later? He's brought in his new girlfriend?
Yeah.
It was clearly evident. He was saving her life. His life. Oh my God.
And in the middle of it all, while he's choking,
Literally.
she's all like, "That's wrong."
Hitting him with the purse?
I'm sorry, that's what
You're
you're thinking
killing
about?
my date! You're killing him! I'm watching him die in front of me!
Throw his purse. Like, what is that?
People
Yeah.
are freaking wild.
Babe, can you imagine on our first date, I just start choking? I feel like you just sit there and look
feel
at
like
me.
That would have given me the ick, honestly.
Sorry,
why
I
did
almost
you-
died in front
Why
of
are
you
you
on our
choking on our
first
first
date.
date? Ew, bye.
Ew, dying in front of me gives me the
Oh
ick.
my God, I so see Teresa doing it.
I could just see her sitting there and like crooking her head or whatever. Like, what are you doing?
Watching the piece
I'm
of
trying to
steak
breathe.
come out. Ick, bye.
Yeah.
It's okay. Clearly not for Andy and his days because he moved on quick.
Have you ever had anybody choking at chorus?
No, but actually yesterday, one of my coworkers was like, "Can you go over to the ladies over there and, clear some plates?" I think she needed them to pay. She wanted to get them out real quick. And I go, and the second I'm there, she's choking. Like,
Oh
and
my.
I'm like, "Hey, lady." And she's like, it was a bunch of older ladies. And they're like, "Are you okay? Okay." It was super silent.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, I can't just be like, "Do you want your bill?" Like, she's choking. It was awkward. I was just like, "Are you okay? Do you need some
That
water?"
is so
She was
awkward.
fine, but I went back. I was like, I'm sorry, she was choking. I couldn't just be like, "Here's your bill."
No, it's like,
You know?
I'm glad you're alive, but it's
But
time
she's
to pay and get the
seriously,
heck out.
you know,
Wrap it up.
But, she was fine, all in all, so all is well. But I was like, uh-oh.
I feel like restaurant workers should know the Heimlich remover. I feel.
I do. You're technically supposed to have people, at least one person on shift that has their first aid.
Oh.
Their first aid.
Hmm.
But
so do you
I
actually
don't know
know
if
how to
that's
do it?
everywhere, but I know we have whoever has it, it's posted on the bulletin board.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Do you know how to do it? Like, if
I've never had to do it, but I took
Okay.
it a couple years ago. You know why? I think I need to renew mine.
Oh.
But don't look for me if you're choking.
I don't think you learned the Heimlich maneuver in first aid.
I think, what did we do? Oh my God, it was years ago. I think
I took a first aid
it
class.
was CPR.
Yeah, CPR.
Yeah, I don't think it's Heimlich. It's CPR
and the electro. The,
Yes,
uh,
the ECG.
Yeah, no, not ECG.
No, it's
the
like
other one,
shock.
the shocking
Yeah.
of your chest of like where to put the pads.
Yes,
One's on
yes.
top and one's on the side.
Correct.
And how
Grey's
what
Anatomy
to do with
could've
like
taught me
broken
that.
arms, what to do like broken arms or
Yeah.
something like that. But I can't remember if there was the Heimlich maneuver in there.
I don't think so, but it should be in there. Especially for
I
restaurant.
feel like it should
Yeah.
be
because
yeah.
first aid is just general, right? Like you can't just be like, "I'm here for first aid just for restaurant."
That's true.
Like
That's
it's first
true.
aid for if you're a lifeguard, if this and that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, first aid's first aid, just a general topic because it's it's also like what to do when like you come across car accidents or emergency situations.
Exactly.
So top comment on this, if she took first aid and knows how to do it, then why the fuck didn't she do it instead of standing there to
what I
watch?
was
Literally,
thinking.
what the hell?
Like, okay, take over
Seriously.
then.
Wait,
Yeah.
I thought that's what she would have done. And like when she hit him with the purse and was like,
Move out of the way.
Oh, stupid.
You're killing him.
She almost killed him. Like,
She
if he
almost did.
stopped.
Seriously.
Yeah. She almost
Jeez.
did.
All right, me? Moving on?
Yeah, moving on.
All right. This one is kind of funny, too. Am I the asshole for taking my clothes off at the Cheesecake Factory? So me, 23 female, and my boyfriend, 24 male, were celebrating our 1-year anniversary and went out to dinner to celebrate. My boyfriend planned it as he knows how much I love the Cheesecake Factory. I really love their cheesecakes. This becomes important later. Well, everything was going fine and we were having a good time until an elderly man at the table next to us scooted his chair out just as our server was approaching, causing him to stumble and spill hot coffee on me, down my back. It was obviously burning and startled me, so I instinctively screamed and pulled my shirt up. I'm pretty small-chested, so I don't typically wear a bra, and obviously I wasn't thinking about that when something hot was running down my back, burning me, so I basically flashed all those at my table around us. Yes, I was embarrassed, but at the same time, it's just boobs. I pulled my shirt back down right after realizing what happened, but it was up for about 15 seconds. The server apologized over and over, but it wasn't their fault. It was all just an accident. Well, anyways, after this, my boyfriend wanted to leave. Like, immediately leave. He said that I was being overdramatic for the way I reacted in this situation, and maybe I was, but it did startle me really bad, and it did burn. He told me I had put on a show for everyone in the restaurant, especially since I screamed when it happened, and that we need to leave. I told him it's not that big of a deal and that I really want to stay to get cheesecake because it's my favorite. I eventually even offered to try to get some to go, and he was dead set that we needed to leave and didn't understand why I wasn't mortified. We ended up staying, but for the rest of the date, he kept saying that the men at tables near us were staring at me and probably thinking about me inappropriately, but I said it wasn't my problem if they're being gross. When we got in the car, he told me I ruined our anniversary for making him sit through that, and we should have just left, and that he can't believe I would choose a piece of cheesecake over his comfortability. We argued in the car the whole way home about it, and now we haven't spoken today at all. Am I the asshole?
No.
No.
She needs someone who matches her energy.
Seriously. And honestly, you have something hot poured down your back. And see
Come
how you react.
on,
Are
like,
you kidding me?
exactly.
Like, you think we should just like sit there?
I know,
No,
like,
like
oh.
first instinct is like rip it off. And
Of course.
I don't know if I missed it. She said she doesn't. She's like flat chested or small chested, so
Yeah.
she doesn't usually wear a bra. Was she
Yeah.
wearing one or
No, she
No.
wasn't
So
wearing
she
a
was
one.
just like
So her
completely,
boobs
like,
were out.
Okay,
Titties.
dinner and a show.
Nip
Like,
slip.
and,
Dinner and a
like
show.
what?
Like, yes,
Giving them a show.
sorry.
Yeah, dinner and a show. Like,
Oh, I was drawing attention to myself. I'm so sorry. I thought I was in a strip club. I thought I was going to get paid.
Everyone
like,
else should have tipped
oh,
her.
My
Oh my
bad.
god.
I would have been like, "Oh, you think I'm overreacting?" Excuse me, waiter. Can I order a hot coffee for myself, please? Comes in,
serious?
throw it on him.
No, literally.
See if he tries to take his shirt off because it's burning her.
Have you ever? I mean, it's happened to me a couple times, especially working in a restaurant, where something hot spilled like on your shirt or on your pants.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can't just pull off your shirt, but like
Yeah.
just pull it
Pull
off
it
your
away.
body. Like yeah,
it's just a
instinct. You're
reaction.
just burning.
Yeah.
Boyfriend's nah, he's the asshole.
He's
I
so
think.
insecure. He's like, oh, those men are staring at you.
And?
They're thinking about you inappropriately. Bro, shut the fuck up.
They're probably wondering if she's okay, if she has fucking third-degree burns on her back. Like, are you kidding me? And he wouldn't let her get cheesecake to go. I'd be so mad. I'd
Like
be
double-
so upset.
Yeah, at least like let her get cheesecake, make it feel
Like-
better.
She needs to leave this guy. It's
I
been 1
agree.
year.
She's not. She's not. He doesn't match her energy. She's like not embarrassed about it. She's like, it happens. I'm not going to let it ruin the day. And he's like, you're drawing attention to yourself. Like, why are we still here? Imagine what they are thinking. Like, no. She needs someone better.
And so what if they were thinking anything? Like, and-
Exactly.
Okay, finish your... Like,
Exactly.
Like,
It's
what?
just boobs.
It's
Seriously.
literally just boobs, guys.
Everyone's
You
just
can't
gonna
eat-
finish their dinner, go home, and that's it. Nobody's gonna care tomorrow. Just
And I'm sure they're not thinking, oh my god, why would she take her top off? Like,
Seriously.
I think it was probably clear that she got burned. Like,
Yeah.
there must have been some type of commotion.
it
You
was
see the server,
chaos.
I'm so sorry.
Exactly. Like,
Like you can't watch a single free movie nowadays without watching some titties first.
do you-
ProjectFreeTV.com.
oh my
The
god.
titty ads that pop up when you're trying to watch that free movie.
They're everywhere.
I love it. Free the nip.
This
Free
is
the freaking net.
Free
We
the
say it
net.
every time.
I tried to watch what we were trying to watch the other day. when I kept having to close out 17,000 ads.
That was
the-
your movie.
Yeah, it was the one that I wanted to watch. What was that? I forget what it was.
The silent one.
Oh yeah, The Quiet Place.
The Quiet Place.
We watched
yeah.
the new Quiet Place. It was $25 on Prime. This is expensive. So I go to
What?
Project Free.
Wait, can we get arrested for this?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. Prime, it's like $25 to rent it on Prime. $24.99. Like, that's outrageous. Sometimes I get the $3.99 or the $4.99 ones. I get sucked in because I'm like,
Yeah,
it's like 10 cents nowadays.
Yeah.
Whatever. But $24.99. No, I rented Project Free TV. I swear to God, I had to close out 2 to 3 ads every 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was brutal.
And then Teresa wants to watch This Is Us or
It Ends
something.
With Us.
It Ends With Us. And she has like no ads.
I watched it twice. I watched it in the movies, and
I need to go watch it, but I want to
You
watch
didn't
Deadpool.
watch it yet?
I want to watch Deadpool first.
Deadpool was pretty
That's
good.
my
Yo,
priority.
we actually went to the theaters for the first time in a while. We watched Deadpool.
And
It was. I'll go again.
I love
It was
the
pretty
first
good, yeah.
Deadpool. I didn't watch the second one, so I was like, how can I just go watch the third one? But
I don't think you need to know.
no, as long as you know the storyline between
No,
him
you,
and her.
you don't even. You just like you don't need to know anything.
It's a pretty standalone movie.
It doesn't really relate that
the
much to
second?
the
Yeah.
first or the
Or
second
second?
ones.
Okay.
Just a little bit to the end of the second one. Nothing in the first two besides just like the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it because all the other Marvel movies I've been going to see lately, they've been pretty trash since Endgame, except for like Spider-Man. Everything
love
outside of
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man have been shit since Endgame. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, Internals, like all of the Marvel ones have
You're a
just
big
gone.
Marvel fan.
I'm a
Yeah,
hu-
I
I want to
remember.
watch
Yeah,
them
you
all.
are.
I want to watch them all. They've all just gone downhill. So this one was really good, but that's because of Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Blake Lively's getting canceled right now.
I heard. I'm like so on it on TikTok.
Who's Blake
like, watching
Lively?
everything.
Fuck off.
She's married to Ryan Reynolds.
He
She's-
knows.
She was in the movie that we watched with,
Yeah.
with the one.
That's why she's getting canceled.
Weird
'Cause of
florals,
her-
guys.
Oh my god, that's wild. That is such a wild thing to say. I'm not gonna get into it, but like, I know you guys know I'm a Swiftie, so I'm. It's hard. It's hard, but I'm starting to hate her a little bit.
That's okay.
Whatever. I'm sure Taylor Swift chooses good friends, though. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift can
Don't
do
look
no
at me
wrong.
like that.
Taylor
You're
S-
not. I'm mocking you anyway.
Taylor Swift can do no wrong.
She can't.
Teresa, tell our followers what I got you today.
Guys, Denver got me this cutie little mouse pad for my work, and it's Era's tour.
Work from home station. It's a
Yes.
little Taylor Swift little cat
So
paws mouse pad, and I've been buying Teresa a lot of things lately, like phone case.
You got me
some
this.
computer stuff.
Love that.
Yeah, I've been buying her a bunch of stuff, and then I realized that Christmas is coming
true
up.
Swiftie.
I realized Christmas is coming up, and I don't know what I'm getting her anymore. I just bought like everything that I wanted to buy her.
A mouse pad.
Yeah.
I'm looking at her Stanley right now. It has a bunch of
Taylor Swift
stuff all
Stanley,
over it.
That
like-
one's Denver Stanley, actually.
Well, hers is on the right. Mine's the light pink one. Hers is the bright pink one.
I love it.
Because I bought her one, and then it said the order was canceled. So then I bought her another one, and then 2 of them showed up. So now we both use them.
Why not?
Yeah.
I love that. I actually love that for you.
I buy so much Taylor Swift stuff for Teresa. But now I told her, I'm like, Christmas is coming up now. So anytime I think of a gift, I'm not going to buy it right away. I'm not just going to swipe right away and buy it. I got to stock up for Christmas.
We used to listen to Taylor Swift together at
We
Cora's.
did. I'm actually laughing. I don't know why. I love Taylor Swift. I'm not the biggest. Don't give me that look. Teresa's giving me major side eye.
Because you were a Swiftie at one point, but
Oh geez.
I don't know what happened. I know you were
I'm just not a
OG.
fanatic like that. Like the girlies go crazy for Taylor Swift.
Yes, we do.
Like they travel countries.
Okay.
We did go to Italy
Yes,
to see
we
Taylor
do.
Swift. I mean, technically, I went to see our wedding villa, and Taylor Swift just happened to be there at the same time. So
No,
that's-
it was the other way
was a
around.
Actually
coincidence.
awesome. Yeah, I know.
the
I
way
remember
around.
you bought these tickets like so long.
I bought them way before we booked our villa.
Yeah.
I love it though.
I would just like to say that I got a second foot massage, guys.
Oh my god.
I got one for 20 minutes, not 15. First one was for 15. I won a second one for 20 minutes.
I don't know if we said that
mean-
on the episode or if it was on Patreon.
I
the
don't
first
know.
one.
I think we saw it, but a little while ago, Teresa told me that Taylor Swift Reputation, whatever that is coming out on some certain date. And I was like, you've been telling me this for 6 months, so why don't we make a bet? And I bet you that a foot massage, something that, both of us can enjoy getting, 15 minutes, that is not going to happen. And then it didn't happen. And I got a foot massage. And then out of nowhere, Teresa's like, It's coming out August 20th. There's so many Easter eggs about it. There's so many signs. A 20-minute foot massage, I bet you. Unprovoked by me. I'm just like, sure, I'll take a free foot massage. And what do you think happened, guys? I got a free foot massage. I've now got 35 minutes worth of foot massages.
So dirty. No, she was being a little bitch, actually, because she knew what she was doing. She teased us. She gave us August 20th. She gave us all the Easter eggs. And she didn't freaking release it.
And then after Teresa gives me my foot massage, I sit down on the couch and then I look over and she's like, can I have a foot massage too, please? And because I am such an amazing fiance and such an amazing person, guess what, guys? I gave her a foot massage without having to lose some bet. I just gave her one out of the kindness of my heart. My love and affection into a foot massage. Aww. But I only get them when I win a bet.
Your feet are freaking stinky.
Your feet are gross too. Your pinkies are bent inwards.
Wow.
They're not even straight.
How dare you? What do I have to do to get a foot massage? Like,
babe.
I'm not a masseuse. I have a moral obligation for someone that has a ring on their finger.
I don't have inverted.
Please.
Her pinky toes are basically inverted.
They're literally... Okay, you're rude.
But like your toenail is like... It's not facing the ceiling.
I cannot believe you're doing this right
facing
now.
the side.
I have no say. I have nice feet. I'll say that.
Show Alex your toenails.
No thanks.
Do you know those goldfish that have really big heads?
What?
Like the eyeballs, you mean?
No. Like they have... Okay, so Victoria said my pinky toe looks like that because I don't know. I feel like it's calloused a little bit.
Oh, I have bunions.
Oh my god, it's crazy.
Okay.
It's kind of like that, but there's like those fish, and they have massive like heads. Like,
okay. Do you know the name? I can Google it.
No. Type in goldfish.
Pufferfish.
Type in goldfish with big head.
Goldfish with big head.
I swear. Yeah. This is.
Your toe looks like that.
Which
okay,
one?
So that's what my best friend says.
Which one? Which one?
That one.
This guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
She says my pinky toe.
I didn't even know that goldfish could look like that. That's one ugly motherfucker.
But apparently, because my pinky toe is like fat and round.
This is interesting.
It looks like the goldfish with the. What are they called?
Lion head goldfish.
Well, I have lion head goldfish. One pinky toe.
A flex, honestly.
Okay, I think we've been distracted for a bit.
Okay, sorry. We're gonna be here for 3 hours. Okay.
It's my turn.
No, I didn't read the top comment.
Oh, I didn't know we were going back.
Guys, sorry if this episode's a little bit chaotic.
Disaster.
I'm sorry. I'm a yapper. Certified.
Certified yapper. Okay, top comment. Not the asshole. Whipping off the affected clothes is... Sorry. Whipping off. Why did they say that? Okay, that's not funny. I'm going to restart that. Not the asshole. Whipping off the affected... Sorry. Why is that? Why did they say whipping off?
Like,
it's funny.
Okay, it's okay. Not the asshole. Whipping off the affected clothes is honestly what you're supposed to do when you get hot liquid on you. You want to get that shit off from your skin ASAP. A few more seconds could absolutely make the difference between a first and second or third degree burn.
yeah.
Nobody tried to call the cops on you for indecent exposure, so clearly everyone else understood that taking your shirt off wasn't inappropriate in context. And frankly, after getting hot coffee spilled on you, you deserved some dang cheesecake. You earned that cheesecake.
That's
Seriously.
right.
Period.
That's right. Yo, fuck that boyfriend.
I hope she broke up with him.
I hope so. How long ago was that posted?
2 days ago.
I want an update saying I broke up with him.
I want an update saying she got cheesecake. Like,
She said my back was really red and some minor burns.
Ow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Darn. No other updates or anything.
okay.
That's rough.
Hope she's okay.
Now can we move on?
Yes.
Finally, my turn. It's been 7 hours.
Sorry, guys.
Am I the asshole for making my daughter choose a different restaurant for her birthday meal than the one that she really wanted? My 39 female daughter had recently had her 17th birthday. My husband, 42, and I had told her to pick out a restaurant that she'd like us to take her to for her birthday. She chose a seafood restaurant that we've never been to. In looking over the menu, I saw that the vast majority of the dishes contained shellfish. There were a few fish entrees as well as some surf and turf, but there were only a couple of non-seafood dishes. Our son, 15 male, is deathly allergic to shellfish, so he can't stand fish. There were only a couple of dishes there that he could actually eat. I didn't want to take him there because I knew that he wouldn't really enjoy his meal and I was worried about cross-contamination. I told my daughter that this restaurant wouldn't work and that she would have to pick out a different one. My son said that he would be fine staying home and that we could use the money on his meal to just buy him pizza instead. My husband also insisted that since it's our daughter's birthday, that she should be able to choose the restaurant and that our son would be fine home alone with pizza and some video games. But here's the thing. We can only afford to go out as a family every so often. When we splurge on a restaurant meal, I want both of our children to be there. I insisted that my daughter chooses a different place, and we had a nice meal as a family. But she's still a little salty that she didn't get to have her choice of the restaurant. Most people I've asked say I'm wrong, but again, we can only afford to go out every so often. Is it so wrong that I wanted to do it as a family? My daughter still had a nice birthday meal.
I'm torn.
No, I don't think she's wrong. How old was she turning? The son was 15. How old was the daughter turning?
17.
No, she had the age you have to understand. First of all, would you not want your brother? I mean, if you're going as a family, it's not like it's like when you're a friend. Wouldn't you want your brother there? And two, don't you care about his like safety? His health and safety?
I know, that's true. That's what I was thinking first. But then he was like, oh, I'll stay home. And it is her birthday. Like, I see both sides. I don't know.
At 17, I would have done something with my family, but like the major thing I would have done with my friends, you know? Like,
yeah.
It's like, okay, we'll go, whatever. What I really wanted to do, I probably would have just went with my friends. So the restaurant I really wanted to go to, I don't know, maybe it's different. That was how I was when I was younger.
That's true. Yeah. Maybe she doesn't have friends, so I don't know.
She also has to understand, it's true, like, she said, they can only afford to go out as a family, like, every so often.
Yeah.
And she wants to do it all together.
But is this a family outing, or is this for her daughter's birthday?
Oh, I don't know.
It's for her birthday.
It's for the daughter's birthday.
But as a family, right? It's not like...
But
it is for her birthday.
I mean, 15-year-old kid, I'll take pizza and video games over a seafood restaurant.
That's true.
It's
not a birthday party, it's a dinner for her birthday.
You know what? That's true. And if, like he said, he didn't care and he'd just stay home and have pizza.
I'm a little bit torn. I'm 50-50, I think.
I don't think she's wrong, though.
So, top comment. You're the asshole for a lot of reasons. First, if you're going to put parameters on her choice, you should have told her that beforehand. Second, you seem more hung up on the fact that your son wouldn't like the food than his allergy. Your son's preferences are irrelevant. This is your daughter's day. He seems to understand that, but you don't. Third, if you're really concerned about cross-contamination, then you could have called ahead to discuss your concerns and see what precautions the restaurant would be willing to take. If that isn't satisfying, which would be perfectly understandable, your son offered to stay home. I get that you want to have a family meal, but all you have done is tell your daughter that she is not worth individual celebration. This could have been a great opportunity for you and your husband to have an individual time with your 17-year-old, a rare opportunity. Instead, you squandered that, created unnecessary conflict, and possibly formed resentment between your daughter and her brother. It was voted the asshole.
Okay, but that comment's really harsh.
Yeah, that's like really harsh.
I think it's spot on.
Can you reread that last sentence? It said...
Instead, you squandered that, created unnecessary conflict, and possibly formed resentment between your daughter and her brother.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's so dramatic.
That is way too dramatic. What resentment between the... I don't think either.
Well,
I think
the daughter wasn't allowed to... They literally said, pick whatever restaurant you want, and then she wasn't allowed to pick whatever restaurant she wants.
Yeah, but she should know her brother is deathly allergic to shellfish. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I feel like...
But is it his birthday or is it her birthday?
That's true. What is she crying over, Red Lobster? Is that like,
oh my god!
Like, where are they going? Like, please, girl. Sorry, I'm being a bitch. But like, no. Okay, you know what?
I went to a Red Lobster once, and it was the worst experience of my life.
You don't like fish?
No, and it just smelled like seafood. I sniffed the pepper shaker the whole time.
What? I'm dead.
It was in we were in college, and we were in Sudbury. and
Ew.
it was a free meal. It wasn't really my choice.
Yeah.
The mom wanted to go, and I was getting tagged along, and I ended up I sniffed the pepper shaker the whole time.
Like, you're serious? Like, you really were like...
I was literally like, I was just nauseous. The whole building just smells like seafood. I couldn't handle it, so I was just like on the black pepper.
I believe Denver did that. Knowing Denver, I know he did that.
This would have been
100%.
like first year of college.
Oh my God.
Or second year, I don't know. But yeah, no, I agree with this. Like, the dad even said, yo, he's fine to stay home. The kid said, yo, I'm fine to stay home. And then you still made daughter choose a different place because you wanted to have family time.
I guess so. I'm kind of 50-50, but also maybe if, I don't know, when you're young, it's just like, you know, if I was older, I'd be like, no, I want my brother to be there. And when I was younger, I'd be like, I don't care. Like, just go
17?
where I want to go.
She's like, stay the fuck away from me.
Literally. To
Yeah.
15-year-old brother.
She's like, don't even knock on my door. Don't talk to me. You're gross.
I would like to see what our listeners have to say about this one, because I have a feeling people are going to be more on Alex and I's side.
I don't think so. If it was the son said, oh, I wanted to come to dinner, then I would be a little bit more different.
Yeah.
But
But
when the
he's
son
15,
says,
like, I don't
yo,
know.
just give me pizza and video games, he's 15. At that point, I'd be like, can I please stay home so I can play Call of Duty? I don't even want to go to
I see
any
that.
restaurant.
I see that.
I would rather stay home and game.
And
So,
I guess
that's where I'm
since
at.
It is for her birthday. Like, if it was just a regular like family dinner.
Yeah.
And then they were going out, and the son was like, I'll stay home because I don't want to eat seafood. Then I'd understand and be like, no, like, we have to choose somewhere we all like. But I guess 'cause it's her birthday. I don't know.
Okay.
But, yeah.
I feel like I kind of have a misperspective on this story because, like, I never think, like, oh, I can only go out to a restaurant ever so often or
that's true.
anything.
That's true. We're not in their shoes.
We live that dink life where going out to a restaurant, like,
kids. Except Luna and Jack. Sorry.
yeah, like, we could go out to restaurants all the time, anytime. Like, then nothing like that is scarce for us. So I feel like I am missing a certain perspective of being a struggling parent of 2 kids, where
true.
going out to a dinner is a special occasion and not cooking, because I'm so used to, like, our lifestyle living downtown Toronto and, like, our habits. We go to restaurants
It's true. Every other
day, whenever we want. We don't go that often. Like, I try to, like, eat at home more often, but that's not because of money. That's not because of funds. That's because I'm just like, I know I shouldn't go to restaurants all the time, and I know it'll rack up. But, like, if I wanted to, I just could.
Yeah.
And I choose not to. And it's a different perspective of
Yeah.
we can only have these meals every so often.
I think I can understand, like, the mom's perspective, because, like, growing up, like, my family never went to restaurants. Like, we literally, like, it was rare, even, like, on special occasions, like birthdays or anything. Like, my mom would just host. Like, we
It's just,
never
like, an
rent.
Italian thing, I feel.
Yeah, I think so.
My mom, all the time, like, my family, we'll go out, and she'll be like, we could have ate this at home.
Yeah,
It would have been
my
so much
mom-
better at home. And I don't even
every single time, never
take my mom out
fails.
to eat anymore.
I know.
So, like, just enjoy the food.
I
but it's
know.
no, we get $200. I could have bought all the groceries and done this at home. It would have been so much better.
I
I'm like,
know.
I can't stand it.
I know. I
Well,
know.
I never got to go to restaurants when I was a kid. I grew up
Yeah.
broke. I grew up broke.
Yeah.
I was always very skinny, and it wasn't because I exercised a lot. It's because there was no food in the
Yeah.
house.
That's so sad.
Stop.
Yeah.
That's actually making me
so
so
like
sad.
until my mom started her cleaning business in like grade 7 or 8 for me, like I don't remember ever going out to a restaurant. It wasn't until after she had the cleaning business and she was making more money. But yeah, same. I never grew up going to restaurants all the time. I grew up going to, like, if we went to Canada's Wonderland, no seasons pass, just one time every couple of years, and we brought sandwiches. Anytime we
Yeah,
would go out
me
to
too.
do anything, we
Yeah.
always had packed food.
Me too.
We
My-
never got to get takeout. Very
Yeah.
rarely did we ever get anything.
Yeah.
Like, even fast food was like a rare occurrence.
Same.
Never mind an actual restaurant. I was like, what the hell is an actual restaurant?
Bro, I'm going shopping with my mom and my sister tomorrow. We're doing, like, an entire, like, we're going at 10 a.m. to,
Yeah.
like, a long day of shopping. My mom says, I'm packing sandwiches. I'm like, oh my God.
I can't even convince your mom to, like, get takeout or go to a restaurant. It's such a rare thing.
I'm telling you, maybe it's not just an Italian thing, but I swear it's an Italian
I think it is.
It is. Like,
I think it is.
you
Like,
know,
it was
like
never a
old fa-
money thing for us,
Yeah,
fortunately.
Oh,
But
it
it
was-
was just like, they never want to
going
eat
to
out.
Wonderland, we would always pack. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Back then, you could take in everything. Like you
A
your whole
cooler.
coolers.
Yeah.
Coolers.
We had paninos and like
Yes.
everything stacked.
It was definitely a
Wonderland
money thing
tubes.
for me. It was definitely a money thing for me.
Yeah, that's sad.
So maybe you're a little more sympathetic to OP.
Yeah, I'm still not.
No,
though.
I don't think he is.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm saying
Well,
maybe
shit.
I'm not sympathetic, and maybe it's because I'm missing that perspective of what our current lifestyle is.
Yeah, it's true.
But the reason that I'm like, no, I agree, you're the asshole, is because the son was literally like, yo, I'll take pizza and video games. Sister can go to the restaurant. And I'm just thinking, when I was 15, like, yo, give me the pizza and Call of Duty. That's all I want to do. I will binge Call of Duty for 9 hours straight. No problem.
I guess, I don't know. I feel like your family is also different because my family, we would never do anything apart. Like when I was living at home, like it would always be like the family. Like if my sister couldn't make it, like we were changing the schedule. Like we would accommodate everybody. Like everybody had to be there, right? Like
My sisters,
that was my perspective.
yeah.
my sisters left as soon as they could. I was the youngest, and by that time, they both had their, like, as soon as they got their cars, they were never home.
Yeah.
They were like, I'm driving away. Especially Madison. As soon as Madison got a car, she was out. She was almost never home.
All right. Am I the asshole for kicking a server out of my wedding? I, 25 female, and my husband, 30 male, same age gap as us, got married last Friday. We planned our dream wedding down to our dream catering company. The wedding was beautiful. After the pictures, we headed to our cocktail hour, and that's when I saw her. My guests were all told to wear dark colors, so my husband and I stood out. I also asked my guests to wear minimal makeup. I had assumed that applied to the staff too. The server, 19-ish female, had on clearly too much eyeliner. She also had diamond studs in her ears and a flashy ring, and one of those ugly nose studs. The staff's uniform was a black long-sleeve shirt, but on her it was too low cut and her pants were far too tight. It was super distracting. She was walking around serving drinks and talking to my guests. I asked another member of the staff to speak to their boss. When their boss came out, I pointed out the server and asked that she be dealt with because she was super distracting. Their boss apologized and called the server back into the kitchen. Not even an hour later, the server was back out serving food for dinner. I called the boss over again and asked if the server could work in the back or go home. Her boss said they were short-staffed tonight, so she would see what can be done. After a couple of hours of not seeing her, I saw the server again behind the bar. I called the boss out one last time and told her if the server didn't leave, I would be calling the cops. The boss finally relented and told the girl to go home. My husband and mother-in-law said I was acting crazy and that I probably got a poor college kid fired over nothing. My mother and maid of honor said it's my wedding, so I can do as I please. It's my wedding, and I don't want someone overshining me, and the server should know she's at work and not to dress up so much. I do feel kind of bad because she was pretty young. Am I the asshole?
Yes. Times a billion.
Yeah, I think so.
You're the asshole and you need
what do you
help.
mean you think? What do you mean
What do you mean you think?
Literally, what do you mean you think?
Well, I
She's
don't know.
insane.
Well, yeah, but like, you know.
No,
This is the
justification.
easiest
There's
asshole.
there's no
Are
justification.
you serious?
Whoa, what's going on that I didn't know about?
That was so dramatic.
What happened to your wedding, your choice? If I don't want to serve her at my wedding, then she
No,
doesn't
no,
need to be there.
that's so
if
different.
if I only want to serve water
That's
at my
different.
wedding, then that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's
if I want,
different.
If I
That
don't
is
want
so different.
anybody to eat any food at my wedding, then that's what I'm going to do.
I
That
never
is
said that.
so different.
That's so
And I don't
different,
think
too.
Teresa would ever say, I don't want that server serving
I would
my
never-
guests because she's pretty. Or
And
because she
she's-
has eyeliner on
Yeah.
and a nose ring. That is...
She's overshining me. Goodbye.
I'm sorry. If you think somebody's overshining at your wedding, especially a server, that's like an 18-year-old kid doing their job.
Literally.
You
Yeah,
need help.
because she clearly had too much eyeliner on, and she was wearing diamond studs on her ears and a flashy ring. Like, oh my god,
She's very insecure.
Honestly,
it's kind of fucked up.
I think the boss should have said something.
I know.
And been
I
like,
would have
I'm
been
so
like,
sorry, but like, this is one of my staff. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong. It's not like she's wearing. She said her top was too
It
low.
was
Probably
low cut.
wasn't because
Yeah.
I don't think her boss would have let her.
Exactly.
I would have been like, you're actually harassing my staff.
Yeah.
Please shut up. And she's being a bridezilla. Is my what? Shut up.
Goodbye.
I'm sorry.
No.
She's acting ridiculous, and I would be embarrassed if I was her or her husband. to
She's
be honest.
clearly enabled by her family too. Like her mom and her maid of honor. Well, I guess her maid of honor. I don't know if that's family, but she's enabled by the people she has in her life because they're like, "Oh, it's your wedding. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, that is so
You're entitled
stupid.
to do
is
that."
Ridiculous.
kind of funny hearing that from you. Like, I agree with you, but it's funny to get that coming out of your mouth.
This
Like,
is totally
I'm
different.
surprised you're on my
Teresa's
side.
not-
I feel like Teresa would be like, listen, in this instance, I think she's the asshole. But I've got to stand behind her on principle because you're wedding your choice. That's what I thought Teresa's
No, but
stance was
Teresa
gonna
would
be.
say you're wedding your choice for like things that you're doing at your wedding, not like the
I'm not-
server at her wedding.
Exactly.
I don't think she would ever
not
comment.
dictating other people and their
Yeah.
lives and their literal livelihood. Like this girl's trying to make money.
Seriously.
Like that's fucked up.
And she said something about the cops.
yeah, she said she
What
was gonna
the
call the
hell?
cops.
You don't
What
get
a
a
fucking
the
idiot.
chick's at work. Like you don't get to call the cops on someone who's
I'm
at
sorry
work.
for what? Oh my god, I'm sorry. Some people are so entitled to
No.
absolutely everything, and it's no. She needed to be put in her place.
Yeah,
I wish that manager. I understand, like
Too much
this is your
eyeliner.
guest,
I
your
know.
customer, but no, I'm sorry.
I know. I
like,
know.
If somebody
It seemed like he tried to push back because she kept coming on the floor and was like still doing her job when she was told not to. But
I'm sorry, she's working. Like
I know. But
If-
when someone threatens to call the cops, like, what are you supposed to do? I don't know.
I would say, go ahead. Under what premise? Like, are you?
I
calling
guess.
The cops
Yeah.
for it? Like, actually, no. Actually, well, I can't even think of it.
That's true.
This server has eyeliner on. Please arrest her now. Oh my god, I can't. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, too much eyeliner.
Oh my god.
That's wild. No,
Ridiculous.
this one was crazy. Poor girl too. She probably feels like she was being slut shamed.
Yeah, and like
Like-
she's just a kid. She probably
Yeah.
I'm showing up cute to my. I try to look nice at my job.
I know,
you know,
like-
just presentable.
Exactly.
Like when I worked at Eagle's Nest, like we did mainly weddings. Like it was all weddings. Every single event I worked was a wedding. And like if I showed up to work and I was not in the proper uniform, then my manager would say something or send me
Exactly.
home about it.
Exactly.
So if the manager approved it, you as an employee, you did nothing wrong.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like I'm assuming if it's a banquet or wherever the wedding is, I'm assuming there's some type of dress code, right?
Mm-hmm,
If the manager didn't say anything to her or send her home immediately, she did nothing wrong. The lady's just
100%.
insane. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's the top comment?
Top comment. You're the asshole, but don't worry. I'm sure the catering team will get it right at your next wedding.
I love that.
100% though.
Seriously.
If husband wasn't on board with her doing that, there'll be a next wedding.
Insane.
But like,
it
how do
said
you marry someone like
husband disagreed.
this?
I'm sorry. I was
I'm-
shaking my head the whole time.
Yeah,
I know.
how did it get that far?
Yeah, like I'm sure she's done this before. Like not maybe this scenario,
For
but
sure,
like
you can- this-
there's been other cases. For
It comes
sure.
out in every other place
Exactly.
in your life.
She's like super insecure. That's what it's. That's all it is. It's like
your wedding night.
Yeah.
And you're worried about an 18-year-old server.
yeah, like
Outshining you. Oh my god, I can't.
Is she in a wedding dress? Did she wear white?
Literally.
Did she wear a white dress as your server? I'm so confused.
Oh, and the fact that she asked all her guests to wear like minimal makeup or
Oh my God, I know, we didn't even talk about that.
There's just so much to break down. Like
I-
this is insane.
imagine asking your guest to wear minimal makeup to a wedding.
Oh my god.
That's just like, aren't you embarrassed to do that? Oh my god! Like, doesn't she
What,
realize that just
that's not
screams?
fair? That's not fair game?
No, that's nuts.
Babe,
that's
you're
actually
doing the most
so
right now.
insane. That was riling up Teresa. That
Yeah.
is insane. No, imagine asking your guests for anything. I've heard of people like saying like a specific color. Like I
Yeah,
me,
that's
in general, I would be
different.
like whatever. I'm not telling you
I know,
anything at all. But like I kind of understand. Like
Yeah.
if you want whatever, but wear like certain makeup.
I
or,
know
like,
that's wild.
minimal. I don't know. But
I
like you
know.
know anything that's nuts. I'm sorry.
I know we were dress shopping for my sister because she's my maid of honor on the weekend, and we're looking at literally all colors.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. I'm like the people like that were helping us. She was like, "Oh, what color do you want?" Like asking me. I was like, "I don't know." Like ask her. Like
Yeah.
I literally don't care. Like it's a small
Yeah.
wedding. Like we're having 25, 30 people max. Like you can wear whatever you want as long as it's not white. Like you.
Yeah. No, of course.
Just
See,
don't wear
that-
white,
No,
but-
that's reasonable.
Yeah, but I'm like, it literally shouldn't matter. Like I know.
Make sure she has no eyeliner on.
Oh, fuck.
No nose ring. No dangly earrings.
Oh my god.
God
Okay.
forbid.
Speaking of actually makeup in Europe, I don't know, but I was quoted 600 euros for hair and makeup.
No.
Is that-
here? It's like nuts. Like everyone I've
What?
ever like been a part of weddings and stuff.
Okay,
it's
I obviously don't know.
crazy, but I know that's tough on us because the exchange. In
That's
general,
crazy.
but
I was like,
bridal,
okay,
anything like with bridal in front of it.
that is
like
insane.
$1,000. Seriously.
Everything else is cheap in
Yeah.
Europe, like the band, like the DJ, whatever. Like everything else is cheap, but like the makeup and hair,
Hair
I'm
and
like,
makeup.
The videographer is like $4,000.
no, what was that?
But
Wasn't
that
it?
sounds about.
I feel like
right
that's pretty fair though.
Better be a banging ass video for our YouTube.
now. Can't wait.
Yeah, I don't know. I was shook about that, but all right. Anyways, let's move on.
Next, I'm excited.
Love you.
Okay, back to me.
Yes.
This one's coming from the subreddit Traumatize Them Back.
Oh.
My mom thought she could train me to like cilantro, but I proved her wrong. So, when I was small, my mom had this weird obsession of if you eat something enough, you'll like it eventually. And didn't believe me when I would gag on merely the smell of cilantro. She thought I was just acting. And she says that she didn't like it when she was small and the taste grew on her when she ate enough of it. I remember coming home from school and smelling the cilantro before coming in the door. And I knew that I would be forced to sit through a cilantro hot pot night. One day, I don't know what came into her mind, but she decided to make what she called cilantro soup. The ingredients are as following: water, cilantro, and salt. That's it.
Bye. She just invented it that day. I swear to God. What?
I imagine this would sound awful, even for someone who likes cilantro.
It's disgusting. And I love cilantro.
Me too.
So, she put a whole bowl of it in front of the TV and asked me to drink it, adding a bunch of health information she read about cilantro, trying to persuade me while I'm gagging on the smell of it. At last, she gave up and just ordered me to drink it. I take a sip and dry gag vigorously and visibly. My stomach is literally cramping and I am 0% acting. I told her that I'm about to throw up and I cannot finish the soup. She told me to stop acting and just pinch my nose and down the whole thing if I didn't like it. So I did. I pinch my nose and I take the whole bowl like a shot. Seconds after swallowing, I breathe in and let out a sigh of relief. And the strong smell of cilantro was brought up to my nose with the sigh. My stomach cramps immediately, and I threw up all over the TV. We both stood there silently looking at my vomit painting masterpiece for seconds. She never asked me anything with cilantro from that day on, and will warn me if we are having cilantro in certain dishes. She will even ask if I can go to my room when her church friends want to come over for cilantro hot pot, and will cook separate meals for me for days like that. To this day, I still hate cilantro, but my body reacts less vigorously now, and can swallow with a straight face if I accidentally eat some.
Okay, I think anybody would throw up.
Yeah, for anything
Drinking
you don't
that
like.
soup. No, but that soup sounds disgusting.
But I think it was cilantro hot pot. So is that not just what you like? It's the broth you use to like put other things in.
Yeah, to like cook
having
it.
Hot pot, right?
Right? Yeah.
No idea. I had no idea what cilantro hot pot was.
Well, I know what hot pot is, but I'm assuming it's just.
I don't even know what a hot pot is.
It's like
I know what a slow cooker is, and I know what a soup is.
No, hot pot is like you can you can have hot pot at home. You can have hot pot at restaurants that do. I'm assuming, maybe I'm wrong. It's just like you get hot broth.
Yeah.
And then you have multiple different, like you can choose your toppings what you want to put in. I think maybe. I'm wrong.
Yeah.
It's hot pot.
I got a fun fact for you guys.
Yes.
Did you guys know back in the day, like there would be like a tavern, like with like when we had like swords and knights and stuff, there'd be like a tavern and they'd have like soup. Did you know that soup would like never get emptied, like the cauldron? Like a big cauldron that would like the cauldron always stayed on the fire, and the soup was like whatever they would just add stuff. The soup would never be like emptied, washed, and a new soup of the day.
Yeah.
It was the constant stew that if it had like pigs in it yesterday,
Yeah.
it's getting chickens, potatoes, and carrots today, and it's getting whatever tomorrow. And they would never actually like empty out the pot of soup.
never
It would get low, and they would add more stuff to fill it back up.
Ew.
And it would
Yuck.
it would always be like a constant flow. So hypothetically, possibly there could be a piece of carrot in there for like 7 weeks at a time.
Ew.
If it just keeps floating at the bottom. It was a consistent soup that never stopped.
I really enjoyed that fact.
Thank you.
It was gross, but I really enjoyed that fact.
I don't know if it's 100% fact, but I heard or read that somewhere.
I'm like, how do you know this?
No, I read it.
That's totally false.
He heard it at medieval times.
I did read it somewhere. But this story reminds me of the 2 times that Teresa has made me vomit in our relationship.
Oh, yes.
And yes, she thinks she's some shining angel from the heavens, and she abused me into
What'd you
vomiting.
do? I didn't mean to. He was sick and he didn't want to help himself. I suggested.
oregano.
Yes.
Oh my god, I
Of course. Your dad loves it.
knew it! You guys don't know about oil of oregano.
Oregano oil.
Yes.
The worst fucking shit in the world.
It
And
cures
I-
all.
It
But
does.
actually-
It actually
Fuck
does.
off.
But if you're not
I
used to
Googled
it,
I Googled it. It has no medicine
No,
properties
false.
in it.
That's
My
false.
dad has like 1,000,000 books. I don't know if they're credible.
Bro, Google,
Like, all over my house, the
Google
Bible.
says that it does nothing medically for you.
The last time I got sick and I took it at my parents' house, I was better immediately the next day.
Placebo.
No.
You cannot tell me it's placebo. I
Placebo.
swear
It's a
by
placebo.
oil. I swear
It's
by
a
No.
placebo. You swear by it. You're in love with it. You think it's going to heal you. It
Because it
magically
does.
heals you. Because
I
it's placebo. Your brain's a powerful thing. Except when you're trying to swallow it. Teresa
just-
made me
you just threw up.
Teresa made me chug
He
it
literally
and
threw
I
up.
vomited.
He literally
it's-
vomited.
And then
Survival
4
of the
years
fittest. What can I say? If you can't handle oil of oregano, I don't know what to tell you.
and then 4
Give him
years
some Pepto-Bismol. Dessert.
I would have taken it. Yeah, after I vomited, I Googled it and it said that it does nothing for you. And I was
They
like, I fucking
lied.
hate you.
Yeah. No.
Teresa's mom.
I almost broke up
And
with her
my
right
dad.
there.
But
Oh.
did you
You
just like
didn't.
force
We were
it down it?
we were
like,
stuck
you have
in Europe
to, I mean,
together.
it's your
Force
first
it
time.
down.
You need like
She-
small
I warned
doses.
him. I gave
Would you
him.
put it in water and then you
I
drink
thought
it?
we were gonna have a good time. She strapped me to the bed, and instead,
You
oregano oil
traumatized
down
him.
my throat.
With water or straight, like with the dropper?
No, with the dropper. I think
Oh.
it
I
was
think
the
it was
water.
the dropper.
Raw dog did, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best way, honestly.
Wow.
It is, or
Does-
under your tongue.
doesn't-
You can do it, but under your tongue.
Because then he would have pussied out.
If you try to dilute things, it doesn't
yeah.
work either.
It's okay. The first time my dad gave it to me, it was the same thing. But I was young. I was like a couple years old. I was maybe like 5 or 6. Like, you don't.
Oh
give
my
oil for
God.
And he was like, Alex, they were like forcing me down, and like I remember he'd like under your
It
tongue.
burns.
And yeah, as an adult you can handle it, but as a kid I was like running around. Damn, I'm sorry, Alex. I'm sorry, Alex. I'm like, well, oh my God, you know.
That's
No.
so
Imagine
funny.
the same thing, but when you were like 5.
No, no. And then the
I did
second
it for
time,
you.
ginger shot.
Yes, you know those
Fucking
immunity
ginger
like
Yeah,
shots.
those like
They're not
right
even
to your
that
stomach.
bad.
They're not.
Oh, they're not that
If
bad?
you know
Not
what
as
you're
bad as
having,
oregano
though.
oil.
I dare you to chug one right now on the video.
I can.
Do it.
I don't.
If I'll
They're
get
expensive.
it. I don't care. I'll buy it again. I'll
Hey, go
get it
get
for
Your
you.
belly
get
just
it.
feels warm, you know. Like if you know what you're having, it's like okay.
I'm actually gonna do this live.
Continue.
Imagine I vomit.
Continue. I'll be back.
Okay, wait. I'm scared. I usually do chug it anyways.
Why are you scared? You have it in your fridge. You've obviously done it before.
Yeah, I
Denver
have.
is scavenging the fridge.
How many are there
I've
left?
had those ones before.
Huh?
Can I add it to the water?
No,
Add it to the water.
you straight. You just no. You straight take it.
I'm not gonna chug it like that.
That's how you're supposed to do it. Straight. It makes your belly feel warm.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
have it straight.
Yeah, yeah. You don't add water to it.
What is this? Greenhouse.
You're
if
not
you want to
supposed to
sponsor
add-
us.
Hold on.
Well,
You're not supposed to add water to it? Because I
You
wouldn't
can.
take it. So Teresa's like, well, what if we dilute it? What if we put it in water? Will you take it then? And I said, fine. So she made me add it to a tall glass of water that was like this.
Yeah, 'cause
and
then-
I chugged it.
Well, yeah. Then you're gonna
I
throw up.
I
know-
goes, gub, chug the whole thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can do this. And then as soon as it was down, the burn happened, and it was like burn, hiccup, all in the sink.
Ew.
Yeah, because it says shoot or dilute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
And
this is a
we
big,
diluted
this is a
it.
big bottle, though.
Shoot it.
I've
Chug
seen,
it.
Like, smaller.
Chug it.
Okay, what's the expire on this? Because it looks
It's not
like
expired.
it's fermented.
No, yeah, you gotta. It's
Ew.
ginger. You gotta
That's
shake it.
2025.
Chug.
It's fine.
Chug it.
Chug.
Did you shake
Chug.
it?
I did.
Chug it.
2025. That's a long expiry. for
Don't
like
open
a
it
fresh
sideways.
juice.
I was having difficulty.
You can open it and spill all over yourself.
Guys, these are the kinds of shots I take now. Now that I don't drink alcohol.
Teresa's gonna chug this ginger shot.
Okay, no, I'm scared. I gotta
Chug
just-
it. So fucking nasty.
Chug.
All in one shot. One shot. Go. More. Oh my god. Imagine she just vomited all over her laptop. Imagine she just vomits sitting there. Oh my god.
Oh, that's burning.
Oh,
No.
I smell that. I know. You're sorry.
Ugh. Why did you make me do that? That was rude.
I should have put.
But I did it.
Should have diluted
See,
with
I wasn't
water.
a
She did
bitch
throw
about
up.
it.
No. I had to dilute it with water. Dilute it with water and see how you do.
It's better. It's
let me
easier.
Then let me dilute it with water. Do it again.
I'm not doing it again.
No, I think she'll actually explode.
If you guys are on Spotify and you want to see that, that's why you need to come over to our YouTube. And while you're there on YouTube, make sure you guys smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget that YouTube members get early access to every episode. Shameless plug.
And
My throat is burning.
Greenhouse will sponsor the next episode.
Does Ginger Shots want to come in and sponsor ThreadTalk podcast?
It's not ginger shots, they're greenhouse.
Well, same thing.
Who's next?
Oh my god,
I'm
I
ready.
literally feel like I'm a dragon breathing fire. It's burning.
In case you guys are wondering, Teresa still hasn't finished Iron Flame, the book.
I'm close. I'm reading it. Unlike you cheated. You listened to it.
That's not cheating.
Yeah.
I'm already almost done my next book. If you guys are curious what my next book is, I chose To Sleep in a Sea of Stars. And I chose that one because it's the same author who did Aragon for me. And it's about space, and I like it. And I'm almost done. It's a 32-hour book, and I've got like 4 hours left.
Congrats.
I've had it for like 1 week.
Almost knocked the table over. All right.
Next story.
Yeah, Teresa's
Is it
story.
me?
Yep.
I think so.
Am I the asshole for getting a restaurant worker fired?
Ooh.
I, 16 female, and my friend, 16 female, went out to dinner this weekend. We usually go to this restaurant that can get a bit pricey, but has affordable options too. We usually order as cheap as we can and split an appetizer. The check came out to $15, and I just left a $20 bill, so a $5 tip. My friends came out to the same, and she left a $3 tip. We paid, left, and started walking through the parking lot to my car. The host, around 60 male, came out of the restaurant and yelled across the parking lot at us. We thought we'd forgotten something, so we turned around to talk to him, but we were kind of sketched out since it was dark outside and there weren't many people in the parking lot. He started raising his voice and getting angry about how we always leave shitty tips and that our waitress has a family to provide for. He told us that we can't afford to eat there if we can't leave a decent tip and kept getting louder and louder as he was talking. I told him that I was sorry, but that I thought our tip was okay, that I didn't realize we should have left more. I told him how much my bill was and how much I left, and he just kept shaking his head. I don't really remember how the conversation ended. I started getting very anxious, and my friend took over talking to him. He ended up going back inside, and we got into my car. Once we got in, I started crying. I know, kind of dumb, but it really freaked me out, and I couldn't stop shaking. I ended up calling my mom. She usually helps me feel better when I'm panicky, and I told her everything that happened. My mom got kind of upset at the whole situation, but helped me calm down and then told us to come home. She told my dad what happened, and by the time we got home, my dad had already called the restaurant and complained. I promise he's usually pretty relaxed and doesn't complain often. He's usually not a Karen. I'm not really sure what all my dad said, but the manager called him the next day and told him that they'd pulled the parking lot cameras, talked to the host, and talked to our waitress, and that they decided to fire the host. My sister, 18 female, keeps calling me and my friend assholes and said that I don't know what the real world is like, and he was an old man that depends on his paycheck. She said that I was being a baby and that I should have tipped more to make up for not ordering an expensive option. I feel really guilty that he got fired and this turned into such a big deal. I also feel guilty that maybe I don't tip enough when I go there and that I inconvenience the waiter and waitresses. I probably wouldn't have told my mom if I'd known it would turn into such a big thing. My parents keep talking about how the host should have known better, that we're teenage girls and that we don't follow people out of the parking lot like he did. And I totally get their point of view, but I feel like I may have been too worked up when I called my mom, causing her to get worked up and made it into a bigger deal than I should have, and my sister was right. Was I an asshole for telling my parents, or an asshole for not leaving a good enough tip? Am I the asshole?
Not in the slightest in any way.
Not the asshole
No.
whatsoever. Oh my god, that makes me so upset. And that's coming from a server.
Yeah.
You know, like
There's a law of averages. Some
Of
people are going to
course,
order a lot
listen.
and some people aren't.
and a $5 tip on
a
$15
$15
is really
bill.
not that bad.
First off,
Depending-
even a $3 tip on a $15 bill,
That's
like
like,
15% would be
yeah.
$2.25.
Like
Yeah.
that's not bad at all. Like I would not be upset with that.
Yeah.
And a grown ass man running after two 16-year-old
I
girls.
know.
They're like, please, listen. Coming from a server, again, server perspective. Obviously, in the States it's different. I know they get paid like nothing.
Nothing,
and
I
then
know.
they like survive off their tips.
Yeah.
it's different for us here. We get paid like minimum
Okay,
tips,
but
etc.
but also at the same
you know what I'm
time,
saying?
like
it's not
you
a kid's responsibility to pay your weight. Like
no, and
Yeah.
you choose to have that job.
yeah, and I just leaving a $5 tip on 15 is really,
Yeah.
That's huge.
and it's a 16-year-old kid. You know what?
What are you supposed to tip?
Sometimes-
$10 on a
seriously,
$15
and,
bill?
I know servers. I know how servers think, but no, like that guy's such an asshole. And I
Yeah.
understand she's 16. She was crying to her parents.
She didn't do anything. She didn't
I
call
don't think she
back
did
or
wrong.
anything.
She's a young kid.
Yeah.
And maybe she didn't want it to blow out of proportion like this, but no, the guy had no right chasing them out of the restaurant. Like, come on. Sometimes I see young kids come to the restaurant and we look at each other like, oh.
Yeah.
Because young kids, it's, you know, you're young, like you were young once. It's not like
Yeah.
you're leaving, like, whatever. So, small story. Yesterday, I had a group of young girls. They were high school girls, I could totally tell. And they were so sweet. They were so nice. Like, literally, they're like, we love your vibe. You're so nice. And, like, they were just being so sweet, you know? And I serve them as I would anybody. I don't care. Like, I serve everybody the same. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And,
I love that.
they were my last table, and I'm like, you know, am I gonna make money or not? Whatever. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that's what you like think
Yeah,
about. You're
of
like, you're a
course.
server, but I'm like, whatever. They're so cute, regardless if I did or didn't. Like I was like, whatever. They're sweet girls. They didn't cause me any problems. You know, whatever. And they all tipped.
Yeah.
As well. And at the end, one of them was leaving. She came up to me and she gave me an extra $10. She's
Aw.
like, this is for you. You were so awesome. I'm like, that is so cute. Like,
That's
if they
so
were young, do you know
cute,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, they're teenagers. They probably work part-time jobs or don't work
Yeah.
at all. You know, like, and that's also just like an appreciation thing, you know? Like, and that was just so nice, honestly. Even if they didn't, they were so sweet. They were so nice, so respectful. There are tables, I don't care if you're adults, young, whatever.
Yeah.
They give you the hardest time, this and that. For what?
I know.
And it's just like, I just hate that they were, like, at least they, you know, they, in their head, they know, like, oh, we should tip.
Right.
Like, there are some young kids who maybe they don't understand. Like,
yeah.
again, it's nobody's obligation. It's hard coming from a server because there's a whole server community that'll be like, I don't care if you don't, like, you can't afford to eat out if you don't tip, blah, blah, blah. But, like,
Yeah.
just, you have to understand other people's point of view.
I agree.
Also, there's a lot of different people coming from different places who don't understand tip, who don't,
Yeah.
who just simply like don't believe in it, which is like,
Exactly.
again, that's your business. I like, again, a $5 tip is not gonna make or break me, like,
Yeah.
like that. But the guy was so wrong to chase after those two girls. That is, no,
100%.
that's like ridiculous. Like, sit down.
I think OP is feeling like a lot of the guilt because
Yeah.
she thinks she got him fired, but it wasn't her that got
He
him
got himself fired.
He got himself
you don't
fired.
run
like-
after two
Exactly.
customers. Like, they
didn't-
did nothing wrong.
You didn't make anything up.
Yeah.
No,
like no, he did that
ridiculous.
all by himself. Like
No.
Question though, if you have somebody who doesn't tip you, do you assume that they were angry with your service or maybe that they were European?
No, I don't think they're angry with my service. Some people just don't tip. Some people don't understand. Like, you know, there's some people who literally were just like, again, Europeans sometimes will get like groups of Italian families, and I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, don't let the like Italian foreigner,
Yeah.
you know. But at the end of the day, I don't like. I'm not gonna be mad. It's just like, oh damn it. I guess servers, depending on where you work, we have a tip out, right? Like,
Yeah, you
bar
have to
tip out.
share.
So you
Regardless
percentage
if-
of your sales, regardless if you get
Tipped or not?
tipped or not, you have to tip out on that.
Yeah.
bill, right? I guess that's like the like why servers are like, oh, I'm not making money off this, blah, blah, yada, yada,
Yeah.
yada. For me, at the end of the day, whatever, like,
it
all in
averages
all, it
out.
averages out.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not working there just for one day. It's like my
Yeah.
career. Like, I'm there every single day. Whatever. I really, truly, I always tell my friends, I'm like, I'm such a, like, I really care about my job. I do. I don't care if I work out, like, no, but I love to give people, like, good service. Like, I don't care if I'm, like,
Love
a
that.
high-end restaurant or, like, a little breakfast spot.
Yeah.
But, you know, and I appreciate my customers who do, like, they go above and beyond, you know, here. But,
You do the same job for everyone, and everybody
Exactly.
tips different.
and exactly. And you know what? Like, at the end of the day, whatever. Like, seriously, it just evens out. You
Yeah.
have some great days where you're, like, leaving with, like, $400 in, like, a couple hours, and you have some days you're like, great, I made, like, 100. Whatever. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm not going to chase two 16-year-olds out of a restaurant. I would never in my
Exactly.
life. Never, ever.
Yeah.
Just,
The
you
guy was
know?
out of his mind.
That reminds me of like selling cars because like some of my coworkers be like, "Why are you going like above and beyond for that flat? The flat is like $300 or something like
Yeah.
that. Like, why are you trying so hard? You're not making any money on that cheap deal." It's like I treat every single one of my customers the
Yeah.
same. Some customers I make $300, and some customers I make like $4,000. I treat every single customer the same. I feel like that's the same with tipping.
It's
Yeah.
different, like, as service, though, like, sometimes we'll see, like, customers that we know, like, whatever. You know, we look at each other like, okay, go get your $5.
Yeah,
Or, like,
I remember that.
But, like, you know, we just like to joke around. I would
Yeah.
never. I honestly really love my customers. I do. It's
I
not, like,
know,
such-
I believe
love
you.
my
You're
customers.
so
like,
cute.
I have them on, like, you know, they're, like, calling me. I have them on Instagram. I love my
You.
customers. I do, I swear. They make my day fun. You know, we have so many regulars, and
I know.
they make it like.
I know.
Sometimes I look, I'm like, everyone here is like a regular, like literally.
Do you have any regulars that don't believe in tipping? Bob comes in every Saturday for breakfast and never tips ever.
Yeah, there are some. Yeah, there are so many who don't like, and we know like
Really?
Yeah, but like sometimes they're like, I have in this one family, I just know like it's not in their
Culture.
Like, culture. Yeah, like, they're just like I know like it's like my people like us,
Yeah.
and I'm just like yeah whatever. But they're so nice. They don't give any problems. They just whatever. Like
Yeah.
what am I gonna do? Be mad? Like I don't care. You serve them whatever they go. Like flip your table and get a new table, and that's it. Just make money. I know some servers will like literally lose their shit. I just personally I don't care. Like it is what it is. Seriously, like this job, knock on wood, so lucky. Some days you're making more than like there's so many out there, and it's just like, what did I even do? You know,
I know.
I understand where people come from, being like, why do servers, make so much money? Why do you make this, whatever? But I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I take my job seriously.
When I worked at Moxie's, I always found it so entertaining, the server huddle of them talking shit on customers.
Oh my God.
Because I'd be a bar back and a food runner, but I'd come by and sometimes the servers, they might just be like, they have like, a minute where like a bunch of them are just like, they all have a breath. So there's kind of like they're hanging out by the entry machine and they're all like, yeah, this customer bullshit, didn't tip me anything.
Oh, sometimes it's not even for the tip. Like, some of the customers, what you deal with, like the restaurant industry is just insane. What I dealt with as a manager.
I got a server question for you.
Yeah.
What's your tip percentage on your machine set at?
Ours is 15, 18, 20. Because we're not like in downtown Toronto.
Yeah.
Those start at like 20, 22, 25.
I went to a restaurant one time, it started at 20. And I'm like, where's the 18% option?
But ours, you can also do like other. Honestly, I really have a lot of good customers who do like above and beyond. And
You deserve
more,
it. Hell yeah.
How do you feel when customers tip you the 15%, not the 18%?
I don't think
it's normalized in Vaughan, right? Like for
what?
18%?
It depends where you go. Like this is just because I think you can actually set it to differently depending what you want. I just think ours was just set up that way. Like, I think it can literally be changed.
Yeah, people can change
like,
it.
Even like my boss can just change it.
Yeah.
I think the only thing like at my place, which we hate, is we don't have autograt on like parties. So like sometimes it'll be like, again,
I never realized
to put it in perspective for people who don't like understand serving, say you have a party and that's your whole section and they're there for like 2 hours and say it's like 30 whatever and the bill's like $500. Say they tip 0. It's not that common, but sometimes
Really?
like if
That'd
they
be huge loss.
and it's like you're not making money for the day because they basically took up your whole section. Like you're not getting other tables in, like you don't serve, like that's how I try to tell people it's kind of like sales,
Yeah.
in a sense, like
you want
is. Like your tables, like you want to rotate your tables because you want to get more people in, so you can make more money.
Sales.
Exactly. Right?
You want to sell the whipped cream on the side of bacon because the bill goes up.
This and that. Me, actually, personally, I guess good servers upsell, but I don't like to push people into like getting shit that I know. Like, do you want to add this? That no. Like, if you want it, you'll tell me.
Yeah.
Again, it's not like a.
I feel like it
like
deters
places.
people more. Like,
and I'm just a simple, like I work at a breakfast place. If you work at like a steakhouse, you're upselling like different wines and stuff like that. I understand, but I would never want to be like, do you want to add this like $5 edition for like your breakfast? Like,
I know. Like, what's that going to do for you? Like, add $1 to your tip? Like
servers, that's what they do because you get hyped. But I'm like, if they like you, people will give you
exactly.
you 100% tip, but 200%. For all the time you're here's $50, here's like like people are so nice sometimes, but
I feel like there's
I really
good
look out for customers, I swear.
Good balance.
I believe you.
I don't like being upsold on stuff, but sometimes people will like recommend things and I'll be like, yeah, I'll get that. Sometimes servers will recommend something to me and I'll be like, add it, done.
Yeah.
No, true. It's good recommendations and stuff like that. So
when people ask you at Cora's, what do you recommend on the menu? What do you say?
Sunshine panini.
Really? Actually,
sunshine.
That's usually what I get. No, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Love
sunshine.
that.
It depends what you want. Seriously, oh my god, I can go on and on about customers. Sometimes, listen, there are so many great people.
I remember I used to drop Teresa off at work and I'd like get some takeout to go.
Yeah, and I would tell the cooks.
Give me some extra bacon.
This is my boyfriend. Make it good.
Extra bacon.
There are so many good people. There's also so many stupid customers, obviously.
Like, I actually can't remember any.
What should I get?
Stories.
What do I want? Today I had somebody say, I want crepes. I'm like, okay, well, it's like on this page. I'm like, do you want salty or sweet? Because we have, you get like a savory, sweet. I want spicy. I'm like, I didn't ask that. Like, I don't have that. Like, no, I want this. I want that. And I'm giving them so many options. And then at the end, they're like, no, I'll just have, people just ask you a billion and one questions that are like right in front of you. Or it's like they don't care to even look.
Would I be the asshole if the tip machine says 18, 20, 22% and I manually type in 15%?
No, I don't. Me personally, asking other servers, I feel like they'd be like, yeah. I don't know, depending on their tip out percentage, what they have at work. But
I don't like to do that.
Like I do that sometimes.
I don't like to do that. It makes me feel weird.
No, I think you're just like used to it and you're pressured by like what's on the machine. And
I don't like.
I get
like
pressured.
if you feel like their service was literally so subpar, as a server, I'm telling you right now, I will always tip. Just because I'm a server. Yeah. Even if like,
have you ever not tipped?
No. Maybe when I was younger, I don't remember, but
one time,
if the service was absolutely shit, they don't deserve it. I don't care. Like, me as a server, I'm like, okay, you're always just gonna get 15%. Is like, even if you're the shittiest, like, I'm always at least like 20%, just as a server. But if you were shit, like, it pains me to give you 50%. Like, you're fine here. Yeah. But like, sometimes you don't. Some servers, I swear to God, like knowing the way I sound like such a little brat, but the way I like take care of customers, and I see other people, I'm like, you really want me to give you extra like money, like. You want to do like $20 because for what? Like you did the bare minimum of your job. Like, do like an outstanding job. Like anticipate my needs. Bring me everything. Don't make me have to ask you for a million things. I understand things get busy, but like, like do what I said. Do like earn your tips. Honestly, like don't just be like it's expected. I hate that. I hate servers who come in. We get a lot of young girls who come in because they think, oh, serve me, like you make good money, which is true, but they just walk to a table, like write it down, walk back. You never see them. Oh, they didn't tip. Well, what do you think? Like, you don't deserve. You don't deserve 20% for doing nothing. I'm sorry, you don't.
You have to come over like 1 or 2 minutes after you've delivered the food, just to check to see if the food is as it expected, if there's anything wrong, and then you also have to like just fill up the water bottles, and you do that, and I'm happy, pretty much. But we had one time when we were in San Francisco.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Worst restaurant experience ever, where we actually were like, we didn't leave a tip.
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad at you if it was literally shit service, and it wasn't even like. Sometimes I get it, it's super busy and you're in the weeds and...
It wasn't even
like
busy.
If it's not, then they're just shit and they don't care and they just...
It was like...
I think they were like...
It was
they were just rude.
They were rude. Yeah, it was the worst experience ever. Like it was this weird restaurant where like the pizza kitchen was separate from the normal kitchen, but they don't tell you that. They're not like, oh, you order pizza and you order that. Hey, just let you know, like the pizza's going to go out a little bit faster, so you probably get that before the steak. They didn't let us know. Teresa was done her pizza the time that my steak came. They never filled up our water once. The hostess was standing directly behind Teresa, like closer than we are right now, behind Teresa's chair the whole time, like staring at me, like with her iPad, like where she puts the tables. But like there's a podium over there where you could be, but you're hanging on this ledge behind us. And then like near the end, we asked for French fries and we never got them. And then when we asked, we're like, hey, we just want to check in with the French fries. Like, are those coming? And then 2 minutes later, they're like, here's your check.
No, I would have been like, fuck you.
And the food was terrible.
Yeah.
No, that's...
I had bad vibes the whole time. I was like fuming. And Teresa's like, it's not that bad. And then like 10 minutes later, she's like, I don't even want to leave a tip. And I'm like, no, fuck yeah.
Seriously, place like people like that, service like that, no.
Yeah.
Like, tip, I feel like it is earned. Like, and a lot of servers will be like, no, like, you have to tip. Like, but like, no, earn it. Don't just do nothing and think people are going to give you their hard-earned money. Like, No, sorry, I'm like a firm believer in that. Some servers will disagree, but I'm sorry.
Okay, I got one more question before we get back into a story. How do you feel about tipping outside of restaurants? Like, how do you feel like you go to the C&E or you go to like a food truck or like an ice cream truck or you go to buy some weed at the weed store or you go to Tim Hortons or Starbucks and they're asking you to tip?
I feel like nowadays it's getting out of hand. Honestly, even as a server, it's way out of hand. Like, I do tip a lot of service industry, like places. Yeah. Depends, like... My nail lady.
Yes.
Like,
of course. I tip my hairdresser.
Of course, always. I am... This, like, Starbucks and stuff is just getting... I understand.
Yeah.
I see them say, like, we're providing a service too, but it's so different. Like, serving a table or someone providing you, like, my nail lady who does 2 hours of work.
Yeah, way different.
It's like, yeah, here, you deserve a little... Who am I to say that, a McDonald's worker doesn't deserve it? But it's like... I don't know. It's so different. But it's getting crazy now. Literally, I see all the memes online.
Well, also, they're not getting paid a server's wage.
Yeah.
Like, server's wage is a little bit less, right?
Not anymore.
Oh no.
No,
my
it's
bad.
the same.
Not in Ontario, right?
I know in the States, like
In the States, it's
servers,
different. Yeah,
like
they
you
say,
like
like,
make
nothing.
$3 an
Yeah,
hour or something
yeah.
for a server's wage.
And that's why I love when we have Americans come in. Because they really tip. They're like, they always tip on the machine. They give me extra, like, US dollars. Americans are the best. I think because their tipping culture is so different.
Yeah.
They're very like, you need to tip, you need to tip.
Europeans
But-
probably love North Americans because when we were in Italy, we tipped every single place we
No,
went to.
they're like, what is this? No. Yeah.
The machines don't even have an option for it. Every tip we had to leave was cash.
Yeah. Well, a lot of places now, I know even like when I go to Colombia or when I was in Mexico City, they ask like, they ask you before you bring the, like, can we add service? Like, you know, food. And I'm like, yeah, of course. Like,
Yeah.
in Colombia they asked, in Mexico City they've asked. So it's like,
Yeah.
they sometimes, maybe now it's like a new thing for them, but,
Yeah.
yes, but yeah. Anyways, I just think a lot of the tipping is getting out of hand.
All right, so this one is going to come from a new subreddit called Yelp Drama. And this is
This
is a Yelp
this.
review that was left on a store.
Oh, I love it.
I love it.
The title is "You Threw Up into the Ice Cream." Yelp review, 1 star. My friend and I came in to do their kitchen sink ice cream challenge. We were immediately not greeted very kindly. The owner rushed us to hurry up with setting up our equipment before we even put in our orders. We both threw up during the challenge. Then the owner told us to, quote, "Get out if you're going to throw up." As if we threw up on purpose? You think we wanted to throw up? We were extremely dissatisfied with the service. So when we went to pay for our challenges, we each only left a $1 tip. Then the owner had the nerve to complain again over how much we tipped, saying, "Come on, guys. You guys are grown men. Get out and don't ever come back." Sir, you are lucky we even tipped at all with how poorly you treated us in front of your customers.
I'm so confused. It was a challenge for, like, at the restaurant?
I don't have any more information to give you. It's a
Yeah,
Yelp
like,
it's a
what is
Yelp
this
review. I don't know. It's a Yelp review, guys.
One of my friends and I who work together, one of my best friends, if I don't say that she'll cry, we check our reviews all the time because people leave reviews for us. We're always like looking. I wonder. I love looking at, and sometimes people leave like crazy reviews. It's like, dude,
I used
You're
to
insane,
always check the dealership's Google reviews too.
of course, I was always gonna see like, aw, you know something about me. That's so nice. But there are some insane people who write stuff. It's just like, dude,
Yeah.
do you even know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Are you like okay?
Yeah. So the owner responds back to this. You are 2 grown adults. Need to find a new hobby. We have hosted many food challenges, including Man vs. Food on national TV. Obviously, the 2 of you don't know what you're doing. You threw up into the ice cream you were eating, disgusting families that were near you in a family restaurant. Both of you are 2 grown men who should be embarrassed for yourselves. Also, the 2 of you were in the night earlier doing the burger challenge and left a $5 tip. You're both idiots and are not welcome back in my store.
Wait, so they threw up in their ice cream and then ate it?
No, they just
Oh.
they were eating their ice cream and they threw up into their ice cream bowl.
Was it why did they throw up?
I don't. Maybe because they ate
They
too
were
much
eating
ice
a
cream.
lot?
They were doing a challenge.
Oh,
They
okay.
ate too much ice cream.
Okay, but like, I don't know. Shit happens. I don't know.
But why did they leave a 1-star review? Because she was mad that they tipped $1?
No, they left a 1-star review and they talked about how they tipped $1
Okay, but why was it 1 star? Did they not like the ice cream or like?
because the guy told them not to come back in the restaurant because they were gross.
Because they were gross for throwing up?
They threw up.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, they...
I moved my feet.
It's a challenge. Like, I don't know, when you're stuffing your face with food.
Yeah.
If you're offering a challenge as a restaurant, like, you have to be prepared that people are going to have different reactions.
Seriously.
Like...
Maybe their top comment says setting up their equipment. Maybe that's code for filming themselves for social media and throwing up on purpose.
I mean, I highly doubt that, but it's possible. I don't think they did anything wrong, to be honest. I'm kind of on their side.
There's another thread that's coming from Oh No Consequences, and it's vegan/vegetarian restaurant closes permanently after changing their menu to non-vegan. Goes on a tirade at customers complaining and blaming one sole woman for all of it. and there's just a bunch of like Yelp reviews and Google reviews. And the restaurant, like sometimes there'll be a different name and they'll be like, Deborah, we know this is another account for you. So the original one was from Deborah, and she's like, 1 star. I'm sharing this here because I will never dine in your restaurant based on how you treated a customer, all for them offering constructive criticism. The person had suggested something that you obviously found offensive, and then it goes off. But the best thing is like this owner is just like shameless and just like replies to every single 1 star Google review and just like embarrasses themselves, and then they shut down the restaurant. I feel like this has happened a couple times, and it kind of reminds me of like the Keith Lee effect. Like if Keith Lee comes to your place and he doesn't give you doesn't give you a good review, you're fucked.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. I feel like people would still want to try it. Even you're still like he's still promoting that restaurant. I feel like they're not going to be dead because a lot of people don't watch Keith Lee. Like a lot of people don't have TikTok.
Everybody watches Keith Lee.
I mean, a lot of people don't have TikTok. Mostly Gen Z and millennials are on TikTok.
Did you guys ever used to watch the Gordon Ramsay show?
No.
Which one?
There was
there's so many.
like the restaurant, Nightmare Restaurants or whatever.
Kitchen Nightmares.
Yeah, Kitchen Nightmares. I think there was the one with like the bakery. Yeah, Amy's Bakery, where like they used to steal. No, they used to like steal the tips and stuff, and then people started making videos going to visit to see if the owners are as horrible as in the show, and they are, and they're still like going off and treating people like shit. Oh,
how about that one with the I'm a stupid sandwich? Or, what is it? Idiot sandwich.
I think that was Hell's Kitchen though.
Oh,
I think.
I don't know.
Or one of the.
They're all the same.
Yeah. OG Food Network used to be so good. I don't know if you guys ever watched.
It's always on at my parents' house.
Oh my god!
Like really?
They need now it's all competition shows like Cookie Wars and Cake Wars. No,
do you watch Is It Cake? Sorry.
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's okay. But yeah, anyway, sorry. I digress. Any
There's another one. Is from Oh No Consequences, and this one is a news article that they posted onto the subreddit. It's called "Sweet and Sour of Running a Restaurant." A man who threatened the owner of a Chinese takeaway in NSW Hunter region with a loaded gun because he was unhappy with his sweet and sour pork has been jailed for 3.5 years.
What the fuck?
David Brian Shiner, 61, admitted using an offensive weapon with the intent of intimidation. Quote from the convictee: "All I got was some pork balls in a paper bag and a sauce in a little cup," he told the police. "I asked for sweet and sour pork and I got rocks. It was burnt. And I mean, the fried rice was all right." Judge Troy Anderson accepted restaurant owner Danny Yam's version, in which he claimed Shiner then picked up the gun and pointed it directly at his head. Mr. Yam said Shiner told him, quote, "If you don't give me my order, I'll shoot you." Shiner walked into the kitchen and pointed the gun at Mrs. Yam, who was putting food in containers. But Mr. Yam ran in and delivered the flying kick to his chest before repeatedly punching him in the head and pinning him to the ground. Shiner, bleeding heavily, then fled.
What the fuck?
That's a news article.
Oh my god.
We're so stupid.
It's just food. Like, come on.
Seriously. Please.
Not that serious.
Oh my god. Can I tell you guys a story?
Yes.
Yeah.
As a manager, you deal with seriously the most insane people. One time I had somebody call. They ordered through Skip the Dishes or Uber, one of those platforms. And again, I work at a breakfast restaurant. So their order was missing eggs. Okay. I think it was poached or something. So it was like on the side, right? The rest of the meal was like potatoes, toast, a crepe that had strawberries, Nutella, bananas, what else? Bacon, a bunch of other stuff. But we were missing the eggs, so they called back, and literally in the most disgusting tone, or whatever, or the most aggressive way, was basically saying, "You guys forgot to give me my eggs." And I tried to say, "I'm so sorry, I apologize," like human error.
Yeah.
And just going on and on. Do you know what it's like? I'm so hungry. It's like getting fucked in the ass with no Vaseline.
Shut up!
And I was like, at that point, I was like, why am I still on the phone? I was like really? Like, over eggs? Listen, yeah, you're supposed to get what you paid for, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're, but like,
you're gonna get a refund.
No class. Are you kidding?
My God.
And I kept saying, I'm like, I can't do anything on my end. Like, you have to call Uber. We can't do refunds.
Yeah.
Like, whatever platform you ordered from, you have to call them. If you need to say, like, you called me, like, yeah I'll give confirmation. Like, yeah, my bad. Go get a refund. again, I get it. You order something, you're supposed to get what you paid for. Like, you're but like, to call me, it's like getting fucked in the ass with no Vaseline. I was like, then I hung up. I was like, why am I on the phone? Like, I'm not getting paid enough for this shirt. Oh, and I was like, for eggs? Kiss my ass. Oh my god. It was... Yeah,
who doesn't have eggs in their fridge? Like, you could have just made yourself a poached egg.
But like, you have to call me for this and like,
I know,
say it so horridly. Like, ew, come on, like, you're
ugly.
My god, like, who speaks to people like that? You know, like, that's it was wild. Just so.
I would like, never even call.
Seriously, like, I'd be like, oh fuck, but
yeah. Like, okay, like, I will get my refund because I'm a stingy bitch.
Yeah, no, of course, but like,
I'm like, yeah,
to call me and go out of your way to be like, you know.
We've had a couple places where our orders got messed up a little bit, and like we went to Chick-fil-A one time. We got all the way home and found out that we had no Chick-fil-A sauce in the bag, and I was
brutal.
Like, for sure.
Without the Chick-fil-A sauce, Chick-fil-A is literally just like soggy bread, some chicken, and 2 pickles.
Yes, facts.
Before we had Chick-fil-A in Toronto, there's this moto podcast, Paul X, that I used to listen to, and he would always, anytime someone brought up Chick-fil-A, he would go off like on a rant on how much Chick-fil-A sucked. And I never got that. I'm like, what is Chick-fil-A? He's like, they're not open on Sundays. You get it in like a bag, and it's like a soggy bun with a piece of chicken and like two things of pickles or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't know. I can't even agree with you because I've never heard of this. Then I came to Toronto, and she's like, we got to try it. And I go to try it. And I'm like, this is exactly what he described. But with the Chick-fil-A sauce, it's fucking amazing. Chick-fil-A sauce is so good. We'll buy a bottle of like Chick-fil-A sauce. I'll just keep it in my fridge for like other things. But yeah, we got all the way home and we had no Chick-fil-A sauce. And I'm like, this is garbage now. Without the Chick-fil-A sauce, it's shit.
But was it like getting fucked in the ass with First of all, why are you using Vaseline?
It was like
I was like,
no.
What? I was like, what?
It was still a decent chicken sandwich, so I guess it was like getting fucked in the ass with the Vaseline.
Okay.
But
yeah, I don't know.
Have you had Raising Cane's?
No, but I'm freaking dying
I had it
to.
when I was in New York, Victorian.
Oh my god,
like, let's go get Raising Cane's.
Was it good? Was it worth it?
I liked it. Like,
yeah,
can't beat chicken strips. You know, it's just chicken strips and sauce. And
that's true.
It was
that sauce looks so good. People get it by the freaking cup.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my god, I've showed you videos, babe. People eating it.
You show me videos of so much food stuff, I lose track. It's every day. There's 7 different food videos to watch.
Raising Cane's is good.
It looks bomb.
And then I'll send Teresa like a recipe or something that looks good, and she's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Something maybe you could cook next time. You don't know what to cook." Oh, okay, fine. All right.
Anyways,
moving on. Back to you. Before we do, though, guys, if you guys are binging and you're running out of episodes, join us on Patreon. We have 4 bonus episodes per month. Every Friday, a new bonus episode for you guys on Patreon. We got video. You got exclusive Spotify access. If that's the way you want to listen to it, come join the fun on our Patreon.
Let's do it.
Woohoo. Okay. Am I the asshole for telling our server she had a beautiful scalp at my wife's birthday dinner? This happened before the coronavirus was a thing. Sorry, this was posted 4 years ago, so... This happened before the coronavirus was a thing, in case you're wondering. Obviously, right now we're staying in as much as possible and supporting local businesses through takeout and delivery. This was over a year ago, and my wife won't let it go. I'm looking for some external input. I took my wife to our favorite local spot for her birthday. Everything was good as usual, but we had a server neither of us had seen before with a somewhat striking appearance. She was completely bald. Normally, I wouldn't say anything about something like this, because I'm afraid of being rude, but towards the end of the dinner, the server made a joke about she and I having the same haircut. I'm bald. I said something along the lines of, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm curious, are you bald by choice? It turns out she was, which was a great relief to me since I didn't want to pry into it if she was sick or involuntarily bald for some reason. She was more than happy to talk about it and told me all about how she'd always loved bald heads and wanted to try it. She said she got positive feedback and just kept her head shaved. I told her I loved that and I thought women could look very beautiful bald, even though it's not something you see often. I told her she had a great head shape for it and joked about offering razor recommendations. It was light conversation, and that was the end of it. For the rest of the meal, my wife was silent. I could tell something was wrong. When we got to the car, there was a moment of pause between us, and I asked if something was wrong. She replied, Are we going to stop at Walgreens and pick up some clippers? I asked her what she meant, and she said, obviously, since I was enthralled with our server's shaved head, she had something to win with her husband's attention back. I was quote-unquote blatantly flirting with our server, apparently. It spiraled into a huge fight with my wife, accusing me of wanting to experiment with an exotic-looking woman because I was tired of my boring old wife. I can't deny that in the moment, I probably looked like I was flirting with our server. It was not intentional, but I guess I realized how it could have seemed inappropriate at my wife's birthday dinner. I did find her attractive, but my wife will always come first. I'm attracted to her and I love her. That's why I married her. Even now, she makes little references like, I guess I'm not as interesting as a bald goddess. Or, does this look good on me, or do I need to show off my scalp? So am I the asshole for this? I just want things to be okay. I've tried apologizing, but nothing will stop it.
No, it's
He's
wholesome.
not the asshole. And I love how she's being petty and continuing
Yeah.
on with the jokes, but I don't think he was the asshole. I think he's just making friendly convo. I can totally see my dad making, maybe not about a bald head, but just being friendly and yeah.
I know, I can see my dad doing that
And
too.
I love when customers engage in convo, even if it's about whatever,
Yeah.
I always talk back. It just makes it interesting. I just love how she's going on about bald goddess and
Literally.
scalp. It's hilarious. She doesn't seem too upset about
No,
maybe
she's
she is,
poking
but she's
fun.
Maybe a bit of both.
I think she's just poking fun.
So he was voted asshole.
Really?
Yep. Top comment. You're the asshole. It was probably harmless and lighthearted, but it was your wife's birthday dinner, and you made a bit of a fuss over another woman, right in front of your wife. You complimented her, you were more engaging with her than you would have otherwise been with other servers, or at least that's the vibe I get. Basically, it sounds like this particular bald lady made you react differently than you normally would. If you never hit it off with any other normal servers, but a particularly busty girl is serving you, and you're way more friendly than usual, or the first and only blonde server is there and you make very specific comments, or you're always more chatty with the only server in a mini skirt versus all the other girls in the long trousers, ... In other words, you made a fuss over another woman on your wife's birthday right in front of her.
Yeah, yes, yeah, that was a bad move, kind of.
I don't know. I don't see it that way.
I think it depends on you and your wife's
It
relationship.
depends,
Yeah.
I would say. This is like a case-by-case basis.
But he wasn't making a fuss. He was just... Right? I don't know. You tell me. I could be wrong. I'm thinking about it. If
I don't
it was,
know. I feel
me
like
at work and I'm talking to a customer
Yeah, and,
Yeah,
and
I've
for
just- yeah.
sorry, for me, I feel like it's one of those things where it's that's a very rare circumstance where the lady is completely bald, where maybe it's not the craziest thing to talk about it a little bit or something. I don't know.
Dina used to have blue hair. Mm-hmm. So one of our servers had bright the electric blue hair, and it was short, and that was her thing. Everybody knew the server with the blue hair. That was her thing.
Yeah,
People always
I
knew her by
remember.
that, right?
Yeah.
And people would always comment, women, men, everybody, and it was just kind of a topic of conversation. I just in my head I think about that
Yeah.
oh, you love your hair, and she always makes jokes oh, whatever was on sale or blah, blah, blah. That was her thing. It was the blue hair. She had it for years. And I remember one time there was a gentleman who came in, and he was like, oh, I like your hair. And right away she was like, I like yours too. And he was bald. And he got her, he was laughing so hard. For me, I don't know, maybe because it was really bright blue, and people were like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was just a thing.
A
So I feel
topic of conversation.
I feel as a woman, there are women who rock bald heads, but
It's rare.
some people are just oh wow,
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, I guess maybe it was harmless. I don't know, birthday or not. I don't know.
I thought it was more on the harmless side.
I think we're getting the perspective from him, right?
Yeah.
She could the wife could have seen it as flirting, and
I
that's
don't think
true.
she did, because she wouldn't keep jabbing him with it in a funny way.
I don't know if it's funny though. I feel like she's actually upset. Otherwise, why would he be posting this?
I think it's more of just a joke.
No, it's true. I feel like he wouldn't be posting if she was
He's asking,
True.
"Am I the asshole?"
I don't know.
I just
Like a
want
s-
things.
like a-
He ended it. I just want things to be okay. I've tried apologizing, but nothing will stop.
Oh.
She's mad.
Yeah.
All right. He fucked up.
I guess
So yeah, I feel like, I don't know, we talked about this on the last episode, I think. Like, I feel like men sometimes don't see their friendliness as flirting, and women take friendliness as flirting. Like, I feel like I do. I
Or
used
is it
to.
the other way around? Like, men always think just by you being nice, like me just being a server doing my job,
That
they
too.
think it's flirting, and it's
Yeah,
just like,
that
you're just
too.
nice. I think it's both ways.
That's
but
true, yeah.
I always
don't know.
love.
I always feel like it's harmless. It's just
Yeah.
I always love the memes where it's like, bro, I think that server's into me. I think she's into me. She's flirting with me, bro. I think this server. I think I should ask her for a number.
no, it's so
It's
funny.
always a joke because it's like, of course, your server is flirting with you a little bit.
I was
That's
waiting
what-
for the punchline.
It's just whenever you think the server is interested in you, they're not.
Yeah.
You're not that good looking, bro. You're
Yeah.
not cool. She does not want your phone number.
They're just friendly. That's all.
Yeah. All servers are just friendly. That's their job.
Okay, there's a couple edits. I'm starting to see people making comments that seem to indicate that it is never okay to talk about balding in public. I reject this completely. I did not bring this up out of nowhere. The topic came up when the server pointed out, in a jovial fashion, that she and I had the same haircut. It was a brief conversation with zero negative or uncomfortable vibes, and when we left, I said goodbye to the servers as she pointed at her head and gave me a little thumbs up. I get the feeling we would have got along well as friends, so this isn't the issue. Good grief, guys, let me be clear. My wife is 25 and I am 24. The server looked older than both of us, probably early 30s. So anyone saying I'm flirting with a younger woman is wrong. Also, my wife suggested I don't find her attractive anymore, which is completely wrong. Why would I marry someone I didn't think was capital H-O-T hot? She's plenty attractive.
Well, you have a little bit of jealousy going on, and you need to fix that.
I'm reading everything you're sending, and it's split down the middle as far as I can tell. All I can tell you is please read carefully. No one was trapped in a conversation with me they didn't want. And as I said, the server got my attention as we were leaving. Do you get the attention of people you're glad are almost out the door? Also, I don't remember the conversation down to the last detail, but it was maybe a minute tops. Hope this gives things a little more clarity. Edit 3. LMAO, y'all, I see my post got tagged. I don't know if that means they counted or what, but I guess what I'll do is apologize to my wife in a more formal way and see if she'll tell me why she's bringing this up over and over. She doesn't even seem mad anymore, really. It just comes up every single time she talks to me, it seems. And I never addressed it, but I already apologized sincerely right after this happened last year. And again, numerous times. I don't know how I can do it any better. Also, y'all are ridiculous. I got 2 messages saying I should get divorced by her immediately.
Oh my god.
And one person said it was evidence of some kind of crime and I should be in jail. Y'all, I can't with that one, but thanks to everyone who gave me reasonable input.
Most times Reddit's okay, but sometimes they're wild. We've been on here for a while, and I still don't understand the people that DM somebody from their post to give them like their personal opinion of you should divorce them, you should break up with them, you don't deserve them. Like, why waste your time to DM people? Like, oh, I don't get that part. But okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I do feel bad for this guy because I feel like he obviously it was harmless. Like his intentions were harmless.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't like trying to get to know her and like I don't know, trying to flirt with her. I think
She brought it up. It wasn't even him.
yeah, but he did engage in it.
Oh, my bad for engaging in something. I didn't initiate.
Are you projecting on me?
No. What? No. I just don't think that's very fair. Would you blame me just because I
Answered back.
It
yeah,
depends. It
and I
depends.
played around. I didn't ignore her.
It depends.
Oh, okay.
Like it depends. How are you? Like, are you being super giddy? Super. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it was also her birthday dinner, so tensions were high. Stakes were high. All right, let's move on. This was a long one.
Okay. This one is again coming from Tales from Your Server. I'm going to modify the title a little bit because I just feel like it gives a little bit too much away. Is this okay? The chef at my workplace says it's no big deal and that he's just saving money. I work in a nursing home / community center. Not a server, but a kitchen porter. Every day, there's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and tea/snacks for the patients and staff. Each table has a jug of milk for tea. The jug is exposed and has no lid. It's being used by the people and they talk over it and stuff. Anyway, I've been instructed not to throw away any of the milk when I go out to collect the dishes after meals. It goes on the collection cart with all the used dinner plates and food waste. It's then brought back into the kitchen. The chef pours it back into the carton to be reused again for tea and baking.
Ew.
I find that to be disgusting. And if the people knew about this, I doubt they'd be comfortable eating from this kitchen. Crumbs and everything falling into it from being exposed without a lid. What if somebody spit in it? How cheap can a chef be to reuse milk that's been sitting out all morning? I was grossed out when I learned he did this. So I asked him to confirm, and he said that we need to be resourceful. Efficient workers should not waste one drop. He actually yelled at me the first time I threw the milk out because I was new back then and I didn't know. And it's not just milk. Donuts, cupcakes, and soda bread pieces are reused too. If they're not eaten, they must be collected from the table and brought back to the kitchen. The chef pisses me off because he always finds faults in what I do, telling me I hold the cups and glasses wrong and that I pick up the plates wrong and I use the dishwasher too much. He acts like he's so clean and tidy, but he literally puts unwrapped food on top of the bin. He says that's not a big deal because the lid is closed and the food is on a plate. Also, desserts and cakes are left on the kitchen counter without any wrapping for a long time before being served. The chef doesn't seem to care about dust or flies.
Can I hear what people have to say? I think that's gross.
That's fucking vile.
It's actually so
Top comment?
unsanitary and like
Yes, it's disgusting. And
Yeah.
it may
Yeah.
be a health department violation.
yeah, it is. I can tell you 100% it is.
Yeah, that sounds gross.
Like you don't just take milk from a table. If you want to be resourceful, put the minimal amount. If it runs out, and you give them more. Like you don't give as much and then take back. That's gross. You don't know what people exactly think. You don't know what people put in it.
Yeah.
Imagine I'm cleaning a table and there's like a glass of orange juice that was not drinking. And I'm just like, oh, they didn't drink it. Let me just bring back the orange juice and put it back.
That's disgusting.
Like that's so gross. I think what he was saying, it was milk for the tea, right? So they put it in a little jug, so nobody's sipping from it, but you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't
Still,
know.
yeah,
Like
you
you literally don't know what people are doing.
Kids, like,
And like it's
putting
just
stuff-
out in the open. Like
Yeah.
that's gross.
Very gross.
That's
So
disgusting.
That's gross.
That's no.
And I would I don't care. Like fire me. I personally would not do that. Like as
Yeah.
this worker there, I'd be like, sorry, I'm not partaking in
No.
that. I'm sorry. I know sometimes it's hard. It's like what your boss is telling you to do, but
I know that's
sorry,
true.
no,
Because it's
kiss
a
my
job.
ass. Like,
Sometimes
no.
people need the jobs, but like no. I would.
I would just refuse. There's so many things sometimes I get asked to do, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like literally, no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I feel like all restaurants are sketchy.
Of
in
course,
some
there's
ways
so
like
many
that. Like
places that try to pinch pennies
Yeah.
to see where they can save. But
yeah.
like how well do
that's the wrong way.
How well do restaurants actually clean their kitchens?
No, not at all.
I feel like
I don't
some-
want to
yeah,
know.
there's-
I don't want to
I know. I'd rather be ignorant. Like
Yeah.
I don't care.
No, but that's gross. That's like so wrong. Like giving people no. I'm sorry. That just gets me so upset.
Yeah.
Like I would never be able to serve somebody knowing I don't know. I just
Yeah.
reusing the milk.
I
Like
know.
that was in a jug. You just poured it back. Like no. That's sorry. No.
Insane.
On to you.
Okay, I have showing my annoyance when the restaurant staff ignored my request for a fork to eat my salad. I had a late visiting couple literally get the cops involved because I didn't accept their ID. While eating at a restaurant, 2 grown women walked in and tried selling their candy bars to each table. I took exception to this. Sat at a table 8 minutes to close, but I get the last
Oh
laugh.
my god, do that one.
Okay.
Ugh. Don't you dare come to Cora's at 2:55 and say, oh, we have 5 minutes?
You have so many of them.
Oh
you have
my
a
God.
full slate for our next Patreon episode.
Yeah, I have a lot.
If you guys want to catch up on those stories that Teresa is not going to read, but she read you the title, Patreon is where you're going to find them. So come
Perfect.
join our Patreon.
All right. Sat at a table 8 minutes to close, but I get the last laugh. This one's also from Tales from Your Server. You know how this goes. I'm at a hotel. We close the restaurant at 10. Set up breakfast the next day. Cocktail menus get replaced with coffee mugs and sugar caddies, etc. There's a family finishing up. Everything else is set for breakfast. I thought I'd be out, but no. 9:52. I explained that we obviously were about to close, but of course, heaven forbid we stop serving food before 10 p.m. and get a bad review. So I let them know, It's last call and food and drink orders must be in before 10 because we close. But I'm nice to the guys. They both offered my favorite dish and even got the homemade bread for extra sauce. I apologized to the kitchen. Thankfully, they ordered the same dish, less reopening things and cleaning. I check on them while I'm cleaning, closing taps, etc. I had another couple come in to ask for drinks, but let them know that it was after 10 p.m., we were closed, and like rational humans, they went to explore the downtown core with plenty of options open until 2 a.m. I know the two men heard the interaction because we were the only people there. Cue this guy waving his wine glass at me. I know this is the douche way of asking for another glass of wine, because I'm not friendly with them, so I ask why he's waving the glass at me. Quote, clearly I'd like another Pinot Grigio. And I'd like to go home, but that ain't happening now, is it? Is what I like to have said. Sir, you sat down and ordered your meal and wine when we are 5 minutes before closing. I asked for your full order because we close at 10, and I can't serve anymore. Not you, not those other hotel guests either. But why can't I get another glass of wine? Sir, I don't understand what part of we're closed do you not understand. I let you know when you sat down to put your full order in. There are several other options you could have chosen, but you chose the one that is now closed. I could have sent the wine upstairs with him, but no. I legally can serve up until 2 a.m., but no. Never come in 5 minutes till close.
You're damn right.
I hated that.
Seriously,
that
have
was the worst.
some respect for people. Doesn't matter if it's a restaurant or not.
I know.
Like, you don't go somewhere when they tell... I'm going to tell you this right now. If you go into a restaurant and they say, just to let you know, once you hear that, just turn around.
Yeah,
just
I
turn
know.
around. Nobody wants you there. The server's upset. The closing kitchen staff is upset.
I know.
Everyone is mad. Especially when it's like really, really 5 minutes to close and nobody...
Yeah.
If it's a dead day and nobody's there,
yeah,
and it's like you've already been cleaned up, you're ready to go. You're just not allowed to close because like
yeah,
technically we can't, and you technically have to accept people sometimes. But most of the times, kitchen's already closed up.
I know.
And like regardless, sometimes you have to accept them, right? Like the boss, like no, you have to. It's policy. Like
I know.
We close at 3. You technically have to let people until 3, even if it's 2:55. And people are just like, oh, great. I'm like,
yeah,
no, not great. One, I know this for a fact. Like anywhere you go, like you're not gonna get the best.
I know
of anything.
Quality,
like
no.
First of all, best service probably. Well, like I'm not gonna give you shitty service, but I'm just like I'm annoyed. Come on.
Yeah, of course.
I've been there for like how many hours? You want to come in?
Yeah.
And I'm ready to go. Sometimes I'm okay when it's like, okay, there's still people, like, we're going to be here regardless anyways.
Yeah,
it's been a long,
true.
whatever. But, like, when you can tell, you come in, you're the only table, and it's like, dude, just turn around. Like, how, no, we're going to be quick. Like, no, you're not. And then I feel bad, because I'm not going to rush you to eat, but it's like, come on. Like,
I know.
Just, no.
I
You're
actually did this a couple weeks ago.
How?
Okay, no, I actually tried to leave. But he was like, no, it's fine. It was at Aroma. Do you remember when I got that salad?
Oh, yeah. That
And-
was like so long ago, a couple weeks ago. That was like
A
couple months ago.
Right before we left for Italy. I really wanted a salad,
Yeah.
and they have like good salads there. And I think it was like 15 minutes before closing. I had no idea. Like I went in, and he was like, it was like after I ordered. He was like, no, it wasn't. I lied. He was like, oh, just so you know, like we close in whatever 15 minutes. I was like, oh, okay, like that's fine. Like I'm gonna leave. Yeah. It's fine. He was like, no, it's totally fine. Just wanted to let you know, like I was getting takeout. Like I wasn't.
Yeah, no, that's
down.
totally fine. Sometimes like.
He was so nice, and I gave him like a big tip. I was like, thank you so much. And then he gave me free pastries and stuff.
Because it was
like,
end of the day. That's so cute.
He was like, no, like tip, like come near the end of the day. If I'm here, like I'll give you all the like the goodies. And I was like, oh my god, this is so nice.
You're doing takeout, that's fine. Like again, kitchen swap, like, ugh. But like,
I know.
honestly, no. Like if you're gonna come sit in a sit down restaurant, oh my god, I'm telling you,
I tried
you're
to
the
leave.
asshole. Don't do it. No,
I know.
you're fine.
One time I went to a Tim's like really late at night after drinking, and the guy gave me like a bunch of free donuts because he's like, we're just gonna throw them out anyway.
Yeah, their policy that you can't take it. They used to years ago. You were able to take home like if you were at Tim Hortons. My cousin used to work at Tim Hortons, but they changed it.
Well,
Why?
Can't everything in the garbage
because people
It's so
abused
sad.
it. And
Why?
they took advantage and people started stealing.
And I think it was also like if anything happens to you, like say like I remember there was one story, I forget where it was, but they would donate it to either a shelter or something.
Yeah.
Like stuff that they were gonna throw away anyways.
Right.
And somebody got sick and like they're like trying to sue.
Oh.
And they're like, damn, we gave this to you for free. You know what I'm saying? Or like
I was just gonna say
it's
that
something like that's like a liability.
Not
Yeah.
worth it.
But also it's just so sad to see all the stuff they throw away. It's so sad.
that is really
For
sad.
people who could you know.
I've
Yeah.
always thought, like, why do they throw it out? Why don't they just give it away?
Yeah.
But I guess that makes sense. Like,
Liability.
never
Sad.
thought of that.
Yeah, just don't. Let me tell everybody, don't show up to a restaurant 5 minutes before close.
No, it's just rude.
It's rude. I wouldn't, even when I'm at the mall and they're like closing.
I
And you can
know.
see like they just worked a long shift.
I
They're like
know.
tired of all these customers, and you're like, oh, I just need to one
I
more thing.
know.
It's like, no, they want to go. Like, I don't even bother. Just,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ruin your day. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna ruin your night.
exactly.
But yeah, no, that's a good one.
People who get it.
Yeah, for real.
That's why everybody's gotta work in the restaurant
I'm
industry
telling
at
you.
some point, or service industry for that. Like,
For real. Even like
Any
working at a
type.
clothing store.
Yeah.
I think people like work retail.
yeah, exactly. Top comment. I had a table last night. It was last call for alcohol 30 minutes before we closed. My coworker goes around and checks in with all the tables, talks to the table. They say they'll think about it. She tries to convey that there is no more time, it's now or never. They still say they're not sure. 10 minutes after last call, they wave me over. They say they've decided to get a bottle of wine. Ha! No. That's so lame. I try to explain that last call happened. That was the last time we could legally serve them. I could get in trouble for bringing them the bottle. They're welcome to take it to go. I'll even open it for them, but they can't drink it here. After arguing back and forth, they accept their fate. They're only one of the tables in my place. People are so funny. Why would I want to give you stuff after we're closed? Don't people realize we want to leave at the end of the day? Why on earth would I bring you more wine? Honestly. That's true. Like,
Seriously, honestly, again, it just goes to have some respect for like the people who are working. They gave you a limit. Like if you just allowed everything all the time, like,
yeah.
there's closing for a reason, right? You're closed. That's it. People need to go home. People have other jobs. It's closed. That's
Okay.
all. Like
Okay, but hear me out. Is the problem the fact that people come in right before close, or is the problem the fact that your shift ends when the restaurant closes? Because wouldn't it make more sense for everybody's shift to end 15 or 30 minutes after the restaurant closes so that you can do cleanup?
Well, your shift like in restaurants, it's like your shift ends when it ends. Like there's no like
Yeah,
you'll
there's
never be
no-
like you're working unless you have like shift change places where you're like your lunch, you're from 12 to this. Like you're done. There's no like I'm going home at 7. No, you're going home and everything's done.
Yeah.
Is that the
no time
mindset?
to clock
So basically,
out.
the people, the people
Is
who
it
are
the
like
mindset
coming
that
in,
you have, or you're
it's
like,
the mindset.
Corey
It's like,
closes
dude,
at 3, I'm
like,
done.
I want to go home. I'm not done until I could be there longer. There could be people who were there at 2 o'clock who are still eating. I'm not going to rush them.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
because they came at a timely manner, like they know. But if you come at 2:55 and not to stay till like 4, come on, like,
That's so rude.
It's so rude.
Yeah.
Like, and you just don't do that. It closes at 3 for a reason.
Yeah.
Like
I
the
worked at
kitchen
a
closes, the kitchen starts closing, and it's like, sorry, like they're doing their cleanup. They're not gonna stay.
Yeah,
They're efficient.
100%.
Like especially for like if you think labor costs, like you don't wait until 3 to start cleaning. Like you start getting
Clean
things
before.
ready.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you want to be efficient and get out of there. But
Yeah, when I worked at Moxie's, like it would never be a set time that you were off, and
Yeah.
I
No,
think it was
there's
like a
no
half
set
an hour
time.
after. And when I worked at a club, if the last call's at 2 a.m., everybody has to be out by 3. But I was usually between 3 and 4 to actually clock out.
yeah, because you have a
there's-
bunch of like
Got to
closing
clean up the
duties.
whole club.
Exactly.
You got to clean up the whole. You got to mop the whole freaking club.
Exactly, but the longer
at
people
3:30
stay,
in the morning.
the longer people stay to like the point of where they're allowed to, it prolongs your
Add 30
closing,
minutes
like-
after that.
Yeah,
You know? It just
was-
sucks.
When nightclub, it was at 2 a.m. Cleanup started.
Yeah.
People are still in the club. The club is full blown mode, but we were told as soon as 2 a.m. hits,
You start.
every single glass that is not in someone's hand gets cleaned up.
Yeah.
If it's a full drink sitting on the table, doesn't matter. It's going
Yeah.
in the bin and it's going to the back.
Listen, closing time is closing time.
Yeah.
And that's it. Respect closing hours.
Well, closing time at the club was 3 a.m., but they're like
Closing
last call is at 2 a.m. So like literally we want you to start cleaning up at 2. Go around people because you're kind of like cleaning up the whole night, but the
Yeah.
whole night you're kind of cleaning up like broken bottles and empty glasses. But they're like at 2 after last call, like if it's a glass and it's on the table, doesn't matter how much alcohol's on it,
Yeah.
clean it out. The only thing, you just don't take cups out of their hands.
Yeah.
And that way they put it down, they turn, boom, they go, it's gone. The drink's gone. It's been cleaned up, and it encouraged people to get the fuck out of the club.
Of course.
Yeah.
We close at 3. At 2 o'clock, me and whoever's closing, we're looking at each other. We're like, yeah, you're on this. We're closing everything. Coffee machines down. like, you know, there's only a few tables left at the restaurant.
Yeah, you're starting to clean up.
People could still come in. Like, I'm not going to deny you at 2 o'clock when we close at 3. But, like, we're closing up. Everything's wiped so that, like, by 3, even if there's, like, another table, you just a quick wipe down and you go home. As a server, you don't want to stay longer than you have to. Like, if you're not making tips anymore, like, that's it. I don't want to stay till 4 o'clock cleaning. Like, you're going to start...
Yeah.
Nobody wants these jobs. Like, this is not something that, like, most people do for fun, right? Like,
other than me. I love serving.
Oh, okay. Love that for you.
I'm so happy I don't work in any restaurant industry. I'm so happy. Nightclub was like one of the worst jobs ever because you were like working late nights and then I had to go clean the glasses. You're packed in there like sardines. And eventually I just got confident pushing people out of my way. But then I'd also have to hold up like a tray that I'd have to hold above my head.
Jeez.
Because you couldn't hold it near you because you're like skinnying through people. So you're moving sideways, pushing through all these people. Someone breaks a glass. I got to go grab the broom and the sweeper.
That crowd just sucks. So working at nighttime, working clubs, like
it was
chill, breakfast, morning. I'm out of there by 3 p.m. So
but like,
that's why I like it.
Bro, servers make bank.
They do. You can't.
Like sometimes I'm just like, I go to a restaurant. I'm like, okay, we'll go to like Hunter's Landing or something. And I'm just like, okay, like I just tipped this dude like $25. And like, how many tables would you go through in an hour?
Yeah, it
like
depends.
5?
Especially, it depends what type of restaurant.
Breakfast is pretty fast.
It's fast paced, right? It is a lower, for the most part,
lower
like,
tip.
But
not lower, like lower bill. Yeah, lower bill.
How many tables do you think you turn over in an hour? Like 5, 6?
It depends. Sometimes more. Sometimes
more.
less.
So you think like a dinner restaurant would be like 5 or 6 tables for an hour?
No, dinner's longer because you stay long. There's appetizer.
True.
Breakfast is
so let's say like 4.
Some people are like in and out. I want my coffee, I want my eggs and bacon, I want to go home. That's it, or I want to go to work.
Your section, how many tables would be in your section, right? Your section could be full at once. How many tables would be in a section?
It depends. Let's say it depends how we are. About 8, 6 to 8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay. So like 4 an hour. So like on tips, you're making like $100 an hour.
It depends.
Depends.
No,
depending on the place.
It depends again. Like
there's tip out and stuff,
like,
and some places are bougier than others.
And
but
I have 8 tables, but it doesn't mean it's like how many. So 8 tables generally fits like each table's like 4 people, but it could be 2 people. So
Yeah.
It could be 1 person
True.
at that table, but
depends on what they buy and
stuff.
stuff.
It depends. Like you can have a single person tip you more than a table of 10. You know?
Well,
yeah.
Whenever I tip, I'm just like calculating. I'm like, how many other people did he serve in this hour? I'm like, this dude's making bank.
Sorry.
I've got a interesting one here for you.
I thought we were done.
No, I got a little extra one. Okay.
Last one? Okay, let's do it.
This one's coming from Ask Reddit.
Okay.
All right. The question was, Reddit, what is the craziest mind fucks that you know of? I got one here, and let's see what all the top comments were. If a woman only has male children, she is the first in an unbroken line of women going back to the origin of humans not to have a daughter.
It's too late for this. I can't think of. I don't understand what you mean by that.
So,
if a woman only has male children, she is the first in an unbroken line of women going back to the origin of humans not to have a daughter.
I'm still not understanding.
So,
let me know
someone who only has boys.
Like Madison. Madison has had Andrew.
Yeah.
She had a boy. If she doesn't have a girl, she will be she'll be the only woman in her genetic line of women giving birth to not have another woman, because in order for her to get there, everyone above her had to be a woman. You know what I mean? Only women can birth.
Okay.
It's a mind fuck.
Not really, but sure.
All right. Well, but this one. What about this one? That when we dream, we are completely convinced it's not an illusion. So what makes you think that this is reality?
I'm over this.
Wait, there's another one that I found that was good.
These are boring.
No. Did you know that a piece of floating dust is halfway between the size of the Earth and a proton?
I didn't know that.
Couldn't go.
Next. Throw him at
No.
Speed round.
Okay.
Don't encourage him.
Okay. We all might have a mental problem, but are unable to realize it due to us having said problem.
These are literally beyond stupid. I've had enough. All right.
Wait.
Thank you all for listening.
Wait, no.
Babe, that's enough. Alex, thank you so much for joining. This has been so much fun.
I had a blast.
I'm so glad. Everybody in the comments, let us know how much you love Alex.
Sorry if I sucked a little, but
You didn't. You were
First
amazing. We did get off topic a little bit, but
that's my fault.
Sometimes-
I am a certified yapper, as I already said. What did I say? Fetty yap?
but yeah. Sometimes people like that. Sometimes people want more stories, but
Wait, I got another one.
oh my god!
Hurry, my butt's frozen.
1 million seconds is 11 days, but 1 billion seconds is 31
this
years.
Wow.
Mind blown.
Wow.
Mind blown. There's actually another one.
No!
No, one
Oh
more.
my
Okay,
god!
last one.
I'm literally
Wait, last
signing
one.
off.
Last one. A week or so ago, I saw a guy say something along the lines of, blind people don't see black or white. They see nothing. I fucking can't. Like, what does nothing look like? Like, when we close our eyes, we think of black.
Yeah.
So as a blind person, do they see the black that we see when our eyes are closed?
I would assume
But
so.
How
when
would they
you're
know it's
blind,
black?
isn't... Actually, I don't know.
Yeah.
They see, like... I don't know. Shadow. Is that wrong?
I don't know. I think
Like,
there's different degrees.
Yeah, there's different degrees. Yeah.
of blindness. Some people are considered blind.
Okay, but
without,
pure blindness.
I don't know.
It's interesting. We'll
I
never
guess it is.
know. Yes. You got any
I've
life
already done my
updates?
closing.
You got any life
no,
updates?
we're wrapping it up. It's 10 o'clock.
I got some life updates. We got pumpkin spice lattes.
Ooh.
Yesterday?
Fall season.
Yesterday we got
Spooky
one
season.
at 7:30 in the morning. We got a pumpkin spice latte, and then we got one again at 12 when we had to go back to the grocery store.
Damn.
And
It's
then-
still August.
And then
No,
I got,
it's not.
And then I got another
Stop.
one this morning. They just came out yesterday. We got it the first day. It's my favorite. Pumpkin
Denver
spice
loves
lattes.
pumpkin spice lattes.
I get it. I get a grande and a venti cup with extra whipped cream and an extra shot of pumpkin spice.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, because when you put it in the venti cup, they fill the extra gap with whipped cream. Makes it delicious.
Honestly, I love spooky season, but it's still August.
No.
Stop it.
I agree with that, but as you can see,
Yeah,
Teresa's
I
got
see
the
the
pillows
decor. I love
or
it.
orange, and she got
I
like
love
pillows
it.
that's a pumpkin and one with a cat on
Got
it.
some leaves on
Go-
the...
Teresa's going fucking nuts for Halloween. She's like, I can't wait to go shopping for more fall stuff.
I'm going shopping
fall
tomorrow.
shopping tomorrow.
Home Sense.
I'm so excited.
Home Sense and Coffee Run. Can we do it?
I actually got this stuff at Dollarama this
I
morning.
love it. Oh.
I went to Farm Boy to check if they had. Farm Boy is like our Trader Joe's in Canada, kind of. Nothing
It's very
compared.
similar,
Nothing
but
compared though.
Trader Joe's tops.
Yeah. I was looking for pumpkin stuff at Farm Boy because I saw on my TikTok that Trader Joe's has everything.
Always.
So I was like, oh, Farm Boy will have. They had
Okay.
one creamer.
And that's because it's August.
Why did the
Can we
States
just
have it?
enjoy? Because
I can't enjoy summer because I hate summer. I
hate-
literally
you know what I hate?
thrive. What?
Dollarama.
What?
It'll because the holiday won't even be over, and like
I
the
know.
next holiday, like it's still Christmas. And
but that's me,
Valentine's
though.
Stuff. I'm like,
That's
can you
season
just
stuff.
let me? I know, but I hate that.
In October, I'm
But Dollarama's the
celebrating
freaking
Christmas.
worst.
Personally, I love Dollarama because it's the only place I go shopping that I feel like I'm not getting fucking ripped off.
I love Dollarama. I just
Bro,
hate when they do that.
I was in Sobeys and the candy for Halloween is now out. It's $26.99
Yeah.
for the
Nuts.
95 piece of candy. That used to be $7.99.
Yeah.
Inflation
They,
is
that's
not
that's
doing
not
us anything.
inflation. That's grocery greed. It's up
Facts.
like 400%. It's absolutely ridiculous. Have you seen those TikToks where the dude like reorders his Walmart cart from 4 years
Yeah,
ago?
it's crazy.
$400 instead of $100?
Yeah.
Fucking nuts. Fucking ridiculous.
That's why we don't fuck with Galen Weston.
I
Who's
hate.
that?
I don't like shopping.
Galen
It's the
Weston?
guy that owns
Like,
Loblaws.
I mean, he stepped down because he's a little shit, but
Oh.
Yeah.
Do we not like Loblaws?
no.
The food
And all
pricing,
that. I mean,
gouging.
I'm terrible because I say that and I still shop at Fortino's. But
Oh, is Fortino's owned by Loblaws?
all of those, all the
Oh.
branch.
I'm pretty
they're
sure
all-
What about
yeah.
Sobeys?
Probably.
I think different,
Oh.
but I know.
Probably all the same
um,
parent company.
Yeah, but Loblaws,
Where are we supposed to get our food?
Freshco.
Nations, Oceans,
Nations Oceans?
you know.
I don't know that one.
I don't know, the little random Turkish grocery store
Oh.
across the street from my... and,
Rabbis.
Like, Rabba 24 hour?
Oh, yeah.
Rabba?
Not rabbis. Rabba. Okay, please edit
what
that
else?
out,
Anywhere.
actually. I said rabbi.
Hi,
Luna's joining us right at the end. Hello.
Thank you guys for joining. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Leave a rating on Spotify if you've listened already.
Oh, Alex is killing it over here.
Thanks, Alex.
What else,
Join
Alex?
the Patreon because you get
Yep.
4 Patreon exclusive episodes
Yep.
every month.
That's right.
What else can I tell you? Stay tuned because it's only going to be better from here.
That's right.
You rock.
And yeah,
I hope you guys had fun. Thanks for coming along. These are restaurant horror stories.
Yeah.
All right.
Good night. Signing off.
See ya. Bye.
Arrivederci. Ciao.